real feel of 101.
Big news. I have some important news for you.
Interesting news.
It's Blake and Aaron's Spilling the Tea with Sandy.
K-Man's top news headlines of the day from CMR.
Brought to you by J. Michael, Fashion for Everyone. Happy Friday, Sandy.
Hey, happy Friday, Blake and Aaron. How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Awesome. All right. So next week, we're going to have the first sitting of Parliament for 2023-24 session. And we've got some private members.
The first sitting of Parliament for
that's
year?
what they call. Well, for the 2023-24, I think it's like a new session that began in like June, July, whatever. New budget year.
That makes more sense.
All right.
Fiscal years are in the middle of the year.
Yeah.
So instead of January to December, yeah.
I just thought, for some reason I was like, wait, what? They haven't.
Yeah, they met earlier. So lots of private members' motions flying around. So this is basically where people who are not part of the government essentially wants the government to think about certain things. Now, a lot of people confuse private members' motions. Like they think that even when the government says, oh yeah, we'll consider it, that it means that it's going to get done. I was shocked to find out recently that doesn't mean that at all. It just means that, okay, we'll think about it. And nothing ever happens. That explains a lot, actually. But anywho, this is an interesting private member's motion. Legalizing pepper spray.
Yes, do it.
Yeah. So they would like for the sale of pepper spray for self-defense and personal protection. This is interesting though, because it's one of those things where it's not going to be just in the hands of legitimate people who might want it for protection. That means the criminals and the burglars and thieves will now be able to go in a store and buy it too.
Well, listen, they probably already have it. I mean, they have guns. So
sometimes they do.
Well, that's an argument where people say we might as well have guns because they have guns. So
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Let's not draw the line. I don't want.
And I'm not so sure that I've ever heard of a situation where pepper spray might have really helped a lot. Like you probably need a little bit more heavy artillery. Someone's really intending to do something to you, but it's a psychological thing. I think it makes people feel safer to think that, okay, I can have access to pepper spray.
Oh, you're going to pepper spray me? I'm going to pepper spray you.
Think about kids in schools.
Oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about them. Speaking of them, speaking of them, the two boys that were arrested for assaulting a fellow schoolmate at John Gray High School have been granted bail, as police say that they continue their investigations. They were arrested on suspicion of assault, causing actual bodily harm.
Well, I mean, there's video of it, so should be pretty cut and dry.
Hopefully, the charges will be filed shortly.
They should be suspended from school. I mean,
they were suspended as well for 5 days.
5 days. Oh, that'll show them. I'll tell you what, no one better attack my child.
It will definitely show them.
Well, I mean, hopefully the parents are involved at this point.
Oh my God, I can't even begin to tell you about some of these parents. But anyway,
that's probably the problem.
Precisely. Cabinet Office has approved the establishment of an Asia office in Singapore. So this announcement was made yesterday as well. You guys will remember that the foreign offices were a bit of a point of contention after the last election because the previous government had, put these offices in place very, very rushy right before they were voted out of office. So there was concerns about whether or not the government needed them, if there was a justifiable case in terms of the money to be spent. And so a lot of these offices have actually kind of been put on hold. And so now we see the opening of, I think the London office has opened and now the Asia office. So they're kind of rolling it out a little bit slower. But Minister of Financial Services and Commerce, the Honorable Andre Ebanks, noted that the Asia office would promote all facets of the Cayman Islands, including establishing and nourishing strong public and private sector relations, creating effective communications between the Cayman Islands and key countries in Asia, as well as advancing financial services interests in the region also.
That's a nice post. Singapore, I'm sure somebody has to go there and work the office.
Yeah, definitely. They had people selected from the previous government, so there you go. All right, so final story of the day. DART has donated $20,000 to Team Stay Focused fundraiser. So this is a wonderful opportunity for this NPO. It's in celebration of the 20th anniversary of Stay Focused, which is an organization that brings young people with disabilities to the Cayman Islands every year to learn how to dive. And I've heard wonderful things about this actual NPO. So this is so nice. So this $20,000 will help them. A group of 5 runners who came to Cayman way back when in the hospitality interest. Sorry, 5 runners who work in the Cayman Islands hospitality industry are going to be racing in the world-renowned TCS New York City Marathon on November the 5th, while raising money in support of Stay Focus. So congratulations to them.
Yeah, they do a lot of great things for the community. It's nice that they get highlighted on a nice story like that once in a while.
Yeah,
So thanks for
absolutely.
sharing that, Sandy.
Yep.
All right, you guys, have a good one.
Have a great weekend. We'll
Yep.
see you on Monday.
Bye.
Bigger, better, bolder. The cold, hard truth is taking talk to the next level. Right here on Bobo 89.1 FM, Cayman's Community Radio. We are still spilling the tea and committed to being part of the change that Cayman so desperately needs. Join Sandy Hill weekdays from 7:30 a.m. for Premier Access, Cayman Voices, Truthful Thursdays, and much more. Cayman's #1 talk show is now bigger, better, bolder, and more than talk. Getting results with hot topics, consumer reports, court exposés, and more.
Come to set the record straight. I've come to shine the light on you. Let me introduce myself. I am the cold, hard truth.
Now, from the CMR studio in Grand Cayman, live, direct, it's the cold, hard truth. Now, join the conversation on 345-936-2626.
That number again is
345-936-2626.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Friday. Hello. Welcome one and welcome all. We are here live and direct from the beautiful Cayman Islands. So thankful and grateful to be here. Let me send out my links. I feel like saying wiki links, but that's not what it is. We're going to just send out our show links to everyone in the WhatsApp news group. Good morning to all of you. We got hundreds upon hundreds of people who will get this link now, and they'll be like, okay, Sandy's live. Let's go see what she's talking about today. We're going to do a bit of Consumer Friday. If we can get some people to stand up for themselves, we are here to help you, honey child, but you got to take the first stand. And that is what it is. That's how it works. I remember in the words of Justice Chappelle, he said, you got to stop standing up for these people when they don't want to stand up for themselves. And I said, well, Your Honor certainly has a point. So that's why we have you come on and tell your stories now. I'm not the one who's going to be telling your story and then someone saying that I'm trying to make them look bad. We'll give you the forum. You tell your story yourself, provide your evidence, and then we're happy to put it out there. All right, let me see who's with me this beautiful Friday morning. Let's see. I got to give you all some. We're going to wrap up a few loose ends from yesterday as well. There's a young lady, poor thing. She is quite ill, actually. Apparently, I can't believe how young she is, but she is a diabetic and apparently hasn't really been taking care of herself and her sugar level. She's got 3 young kids, I understand, as well. And reports are that she's in critical condition and on life support. Just a month ago, August the 13th, someone had started a GoFundMe page for her to try to assist her, but honey child, there is such a thing. I'll let Chuck know. Thank you for that. I'll message Chuck right now. There is such a thing as there is such a thing as you know, if you let yourself go too far, there is a point of no return. Whatever health issues we may have, you've got to try to keep it under control, because it's very dangerous when things like your blood sugar gets out of control, your kidneys start to fail. And based on the photo that someone shared of the GoFundMe page, I can actually see that just based on the coloration, like the color of her um, legs, and she's got bandages and stuff. I can see that unfortunately she's allowed that sugar to get out of control. It's not good for your body. I mean, gosh. Oh my goodness, poor thing. And the kids. So sad. So this is the request here, but I'm hearing that she's actually just barely hanging on by a thread. And like I said, young lady. I don't know exactly how old she is, but she looks like she could be in her 30s. I would guess maybe early 40s, but I don't even feel like she's 40 yet. So folks, do your best to take care of yourself. If you're diabetic, there's certain things that you definitely shouldn't do. You shouldn't be drinking. You need to watch your diet. You got to take care of yourself. All right. So yesterday's program, I think that one of the things that really gets under my skin a little bit is we have these discussions in our community. And then, we were all upset yesterday. Oh, gosh. And then we let things simmer down, because this is literally what these governments and agencies want us to do. They want us to calm down. And then today, by next week, they're like, oh, yeah, we've forgotten all about that fight. You all have to have a little bit more stick with itness. I know that's not really a word, but hear me out now. You can't allow these issues. Like I said, I've been talking about these school fights since 2019, but you can't allow it to just sit and grow moss. Because one thing I know is no problem has ever just miraculously resolved itself. You've got to actively work at a situation to come about a resolution. And this is definitely one of those things that needs urgent attention. Yesterday when I was providing some possible solutions, and I said, the police could go in there, and I think they should have been there yesterday, showing the entire school population that we mean business. And no school student yesterday should have been able to walk the halls of John Gray without feeling the presence of security, police. And somebody reminded me about the regiment. They said, Sandy, what about the regiment? I'm sure that they would be more than willing to assist. So I said, yes, the regiment too. So I don't know if the regiment folks are listening, but perhaps they could offer some assistance to John Gray High School. Now, John Gray released a statement, and I do want to talk about that statement here a little bit. So, of course, good morning to all of you. I see everybody's here. The usual suspects, Miss Renita, Miss Morna, Leroy, Joy, Olivia, Siobhan is here nice and early. Felicia, Gabby says, yes, I can get them cutie safety keychains. We're going to talk about the whole pepper spray idea here in a minute. Miss Dorothy and Pat, Cheryl Bolt is in the house. Miss Sonia, Damaris, Wee. Miss Stephanie Brooks is here. Hope you had a fabulous birthday yesterday, Stephanie. Marshall is also here. First Lady Jan. Thank you, by the way, First Lady, for the lovely present. She'd give me a present for my birthday, I think it was. I just got around to opening it, but I loved it, so thank you. Miss Olive, Patricia Blake is here. Dean Sinclair, Miss Juanita Ebanks, Anthony Pandui. Hey, Anthony. Yes, we're going to talk about that again, because I think that needs to be stressed, Anthony, but good to see you. Anthony, I saw that you were traveling lately. Are you still traveling with your lovely wife? Alice is here. K-Man 49er says happy Friday. We're going to talk about the response from some of these parents as well. K-Man 49er, because that's very, very important. Yes, Miss Dean. Miss Bonnie's here from East End. Jean is in the house. Beautiful Jean. How are you? Aliano, Mr. Albert. Talking about poor customer service. Oh my gosh. Not the poor customer service. Let's talk about that in a minute. Keisha, Leroy. Oh, what a hot mess. Evelyn is also here. Miss Debbie Bodden is in the house. Alejandro, buenos dias. Everton, Olive says, that man is terrible, no manners. Are we talking about the same customer service complaint? Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, well, we'll get there. All right, so listen, folks. I hadn't really thought about the regiment stepping up and assisting, but I think that that's actually a pretty good idea. They probably have the capacity to help out. So let's see. I mean, the school sent out a statement yesterday that said a whole lot of nothing as far as I'm concerned. And this is where we as parents, as members of this community, as even MPs, really should be asking some serious questions. I mean, I don't think the Minister of Education is going to ask them anything, but, when they issue a statement that mimics exactly what DES said, Department of Education Services, which was really a whole bunch of fluff, sounded good, but I want to know in a concrete way, what is it that they intend to do? And I haven't heard Department of Education Services, and I've certainly not heard John Gray, who issued a statement. I've not heard anything in their statement that said these are the specific things that we intend to do to keep your children safe. And you see, when people don't talk in specifics, I'm concerned. That's God's truth now. If you can't tell me, and this is why, this is like let me give you all a little relationship 101 tip here this morning. You're married, maybe, got a girlfriend, whatever your relationship status is, boyfriends, whatever. And this person continually does something that really gets under your skin. You need to learn how to express yourself. Again, we're not about violence, so you don't beat them up, you don't punch them. You're not like your politicians now. Some of them violent towards men and women. That's their MO historically. So we're not about that life. You're trying to communicate, again, conflict resolution. So you can say, hubby, when you do, and you have to be very specific. You can't be like, oh, I'm just upset with you. And then your husband's like, well, what are you upset about today? He has no clue. He's like, I don't know what's going on with you. You got to be able to express yourself. So in very, very specific terms, you talk about the thing that bothers you. One of the mistakes that we oftentimes make is we get angry at the person because we're angry at a situation. And that's understandable. But when you're expressing yourself, you have to stay focused on why you're actually upset. Yes, you may feel annoyed by the person. You might be upset at the person because they keep doing the thing, but it's the thing that needs to change, right? So you say, for example, let me use Marlon as an example just to make y'all lives easier. I don't even know. What does Marlon do to annoy me? Yeah, think hard about it. Oh gosh, I'm not really too annoyed by him, to be honest. I guess that's why he's still my husband. Oh gosh, I'll just make something up because I can't really think of anything. He's so handy around the place. The man even does dishes. Can you believe it? Oh my God. I hate doing dishes, but he does dishes. All right. But let's say he wouldn't. Oh, I know what. He doesn't like to walk Zeus because of the mosquitoes. So that's his excuse is, oh, he's got this nice, pretty skin and his skin can't get bitten up by mosquitoes. I'm like, what about my skin? All right, let's go with that one. So I'm going to say, Marlon, when you don't walk Zeus, because then I have to walk him, 5 times a day if I'm here all day. That really annoys me because it makes me feel like you don't care about Zeus or you don't care to help out and give me a little bit of a break from walking up and down the street all day. Right? So you say what the behavior is, and then you also need to tell the person how they're going to correct it at the end of whatever you're saying. So, I understand your hesitations because of the situation with the mosquitoes. But guess what? I've got a solution for you. I wear a hoodie with a net over my head, and we got some wonderful bug spray. That pretty much keeps the mosquitoes off of you. How about we compromise and you walk in once in the evenings and we'll call it a day, and then I'll take care of the rest of the other times, like on weekends and whatever. Mhm. So I'm not calling him names. I'm not yelling and screaming at him. I'm not saying, you're so inconsiderate. You don't care about me. Because then the response that you're going to get from that person is totally different, as opposed to if you just focus on the offending behavior and how the person can correct it. I say all of this to make a point. You have to be specific, right? When it comes to conflict resolution, these are techniques that are used. You have to tell the person what it is that you're having an issue with. So when I hear that this government, the teachers, administration at, let me try and find this. Does anybody have the statement that they sent out? I'm trying to remember who sent it to me. When you have these things that they've sent out yesterday from John Gray. Oh, yes, I remember who sent me. In fact, an MP actually was the first one to send it to me, which I think is kind of funny. So when I see this statement that, it's crucial that we all play a role in fostering an environment of respect, empathy, and responsible behavior within our school community, how do you intend to do that? How are you at the school? I mean, they say, okay, that you must remind your children of the importance of demonstrating socially appropriate behavior. What makes you think that parents know how to do that? If somebody has the tools, there's always an assumption that we make in professional development and training, right? If someone has the tools to do something, to do incorrect behavior, chances are you wouldn't be having a problem. If these children knew already how to communicate, you wouldn't be having 5-6 fights a day. You wouldn't be having a parent message me yesterday to still tell me, Sandy, the fight club continues, because yesterday, even after your show, we had a boy at John Gray High School, literally knock out cold, a young lady. I'm like, what? Yeah. Let us make the assumption, because it's probably spot on, that these children have no skill set when it comes to conflict resolution. So I want to hear specific things like, with a degree of urgency, we're introducing counseling in our schools immediately. We're going to be introducing conflict resolution courses immediately. We're going to be having the PTA now step it up to the plate. Stop messaging me and calling me about taking down a video. What y'all should be doing is implementing courses to teach parents, right? Nobody gets a manual with a child. So it is a challenge from day one to know what to do, what not to do, to learn things. It was so interesting that over the weekend, on weekends, we tend to do like one parenting or family related article, right? So Renee put up an article, I think it was out of a parenting magazine, about how sometimes your parents can cause a bit of an issue because they have old, antiquated advice that might be problematic. And so if they're here's what it said: could grandparents' outdated parenting advice harm your kids? And it was a question mark. I know most of you never even read the article, but it went into, different things. And so there are things, there is advice and things that your parents did that was just absolutely wrong in terms of how they raised you. Some of it was like the physical things that they did. Some of it might have been, the way that they disciplined you and how you were trained, et cetera, et cetera. But, everybody in the comment section, I was reading the comment section on Facebook and I had to chuckle to myself, because every single person's like, oh, well, I don't know what y'all coming down on grandparents for. They're so perfect. If grandparents were so perfect, some of y'all wouldn't have the issues that you have. You wouldn't be a little cuckoo. Okay. You wouldn't have emotional and psychological issues. You wouldn't be suffering from PTSD. You wouldn't be the abusive politician that you are if your parents are really so perfect. I'm just saying, obviously something has happened to you that makes you a little bit cracked and broken. And so we have to accept the trauma that even we as parents have endured and not pretend like we had great parents when a lot of them really were not. A lot of them were horrible parents. A lot of them were lukewarm, mediocre parents. They were doing their own thing. And sometimes, unfortunately, we didn't always have parents that knew any better. So this comes back to my point again. If you know better, you do better. And the assumption in professional training and development is, from a behavioral perspective, if someone indeed does know better, the chances are you will see them do better. So when you see these children fighting, that's because that is their go-to. That's what they're exposed to. That is what they know. And where are they getting it from? They're witnessing that type of behavior, most likely, not all the time, but most likely in their homes. So your parents got things wrong. I remember one guy, he messaged me and he said, listen, I'm a parent. I've got young adults now. One's off to university. The next one is in high school. And at the end of the day, Sandy, I'm learning stuff every single day because none of us, again, got a parenting manual and how to be great parents. Most of you did not even pick up a book to learn how to do anything as parents. You kind of just, we'll do it fly by the seat of your pants kind of a situation. And what do we know? We learned it from our parents or whoever your guardians were. And that is why dysfunctionality in families is easily passed on from one generation to the next. It's the easiest thing to do, to pass on dysfunctionality. I keep saying that we live in chaos. And a lot of us do not even know that we live in chaos, unfortunately, because we have become so used to it. The chaos is the norm. The yelling and the screaming and whatever is the norm for us. And, I tell you what, there are times when it becomes patently obvious when you're trying to change the narrative that, oh my God, have I really changed the narrative? I've shared this story before with you guys about how, when I decided to have a child, and it was a decision, trust me, it was trying for over a year. And I said, okay, I have got to change. Like, I can't, first of all, I never intended to repeat the cycle of dysfunctionality that I was exposed to. And so I said, in order for me to change that, there's a couple things that are really, really important for me to get right. The first thing is I cannot have a child young. Thank the Lord. Because I was just too young. I didn't know any better. The things in my 20s that I thought I knew, right? When I finally had a child, by the time I was in my 40s, you better believe I was like, oh, honey child, no, sir. Good thing I didn't have a child then. I would have messed that child up. I would have gotten it all wrong, completely wrong. Oh, I was like some of you. Oh, yeah, pull out that whip and beat their ass. Because that's the only way to do it. Because that's what I was taught. It never occurred to me that there were better solutions. There were other ways of resolving issues with your kids other than to show them that you're in charge by force. That you can actually talk and negotiate with children. That didn't occur to me when I was in my 20s. I'm like, no, give them an ass, and that's what they should be getting. That's what my aunt did to me. So I'm thinking, what she did must have been right. And as time went on, and I opened up my mind to the possibilities that she wasn't right, and I would read and read and read, and I see all of this evidence piling up that shows that actually that might not be right, none at all. And in fact, not only might it not be any good in terms of getting the long-term results that you want, it could potentially be damaging. I thought, what? What you telling me now, honey chill? Let me think about this. You have to be willing to learn and understand that your parents didn't know anything. They got a lot of things wrong. And so let's try to do better. So that was number one. Don't have kids when you're too young because you're just not ready, child. You still, like I said, your brain not even fully developed till you're 25. You're still trying to learn things yourself. Number two was it was really, really imperative for me to get my education. Not for the sake of really having a piece of paper, although I suppose you could argue that has some merits. It was more about the fact that the process of getting there, the process of getting that piece of paper forced me to do things like read, acknowledge my shortcomings, understand that there are experts out there, academic experts who spend a lot of time doing like research, and they come to conclusions, and they say you can't teach common sense, but in fact, you can teach logic, and logic is pretty akin to common sense. I've taken a class in logic, and trust me, I was blown away at the conclusions that we draw and the illogical way that we think about so many things. Yeah. So that was the other thing. Get your education. Also, you got to be able to financially support kids now, honey child. And even then, even back in the 2000s, early 2000s, I was like, ooh, having these children, they don't look like they come cheap. I needed to have opportunities for myself in this world. And you create these opportunities by getting a trade, a skill, an education, something. Right? And you know what else is really important? Picking the right partner. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear this one this morning, but I'm going to tell you. So when I got married the first time, too young for sure. But again, we think we're in love. Let's get married, this, that, next thing. But the one mistake that I didn't make is I didn't have a child with the person, despite being married with them for a while. Because something still was like, there's a little touch of something in that German family, honey child. Literally a little touch of something. And so what I found was that as nice as this person was, I was having to help them a lot. We discovered, in fact, that he had ADHD. And one day I was reading a book about ADHD, and I'm checking off the list of things. I was like, I turned around and I looked at him, looked back at the book, and I said, I think you have ADHD, just my unofficial opinion. And then he's like, oh, yeah. Well, when I was a kid, I was put on Ritalin. I was like, oh, you didn't bother to tell me that, dude? I might have wanted to know that. So I said, oh, really? And so when I spoke to my ex-mother-in-law about it, I remember the day that we got married, she said to me, you're the best thing that has ever happened to my son. That may have been true, but it might not have quite gone in the opposite direction, because I felt like I was always babysitting a little bit. Really nice person. I don't want to take away from the fact that someone can be really nice and they can still be not right for you. And you have to be able to distinguish the difference. When you're younger, you can't distinguish the difference. You feel like you're in love with people and it's for all the wrong reasons, right? So the amount of time that I'm spending like helping you with stuff, doing stuff for you, I'm like, if I ever have a child, how's this going to work? You're competing with attention for the child, because I feel like you're a little bit of an underdeveloped adult yourself. So, be careful of who you get married to and who you intend to have children with, because all of those things make a difference in the outcomes for your own children. So you marry someone who's into the fussing and the fighting, and they're going to be abusive and all this kind of stuff. What do you think is going to happen to your children growing up in that chaotic environment? They're going to learn that violence. So it was important for me to, now let me be very clear. Everybody in their family has kind of these hidden secrets and things you don't know about and whatever, but it was important for me to find someone that came from a good, solid environment in terms of their family. So the craziness might be there, but I don't need it to be too close to the surface. Okay. I need, these people are nice, Christians, church going. Yeah, we'll take it. Disciplined individuals. They have prioritized some of the same things that I prioritized in terms of, getting an education, hard work. You got to look for how principled the individual is, right? Because those are the same characteristics that you want to pass on to a child. And you can't be fighting. You can't have one parent with one ideology of child rearing and parenting and the other parent who's going to be adding chaos to the situation. I remember when we had a conversation again, because you got to plan having children. I know y'all just be falling into it. But I remember when we were talking about parenting styles and all this kind of stuff. I used to force my husband. He gets annoyed with me because I'll whip out a book. The love languages. Let's go through it and answer some questions. And he's like, "Ugh, we're on vacation in Panama. Do I really have to do this right now?" And I'm like, yep. Page number 25 is where we left off last time. He just went with the flow because it was important for me to ask certain questions before we got to a certain stage in the relationship. I need to understand how you really think. And you don't tend to ask these questions very often. So sometimes you need that little book to kind of help you get through the, ABCs of it all. And when you talk about your parenting style, how were you raised? How did you grow up? Did your parents ever beat you? And I was surprised to see that they weren't really into that at all. The grandmother in particular, was the matriarch of the family. She really ran the household. And she was the one who, because their mom was out working, she was a professional teacher and eventually ended up working for their family services and whatever. Their dad worked for government. The parents were actually very busy, but the grandparents were there in the household offering support. And this is how, some families back in the day, maybe now may still have this nuclear support system in place. And so it was refreshing to hear that, coming from the countryside in Jamaica. It was also refreshing to see that his grandmother wasn't about beating them. They were very, very disciplined and they had rules, but she didn't have to go around and get no tamarind switch to beat somebody into submission. And in fact, she was a gentle little lady. Look at her and she was like short and petite and really super gentle, and yet still managed to raise, fairly decent individuals. And they were focused on their education, focused on their school, had really good work ethic. And I thought, okay, this is somebody now who you logically think is good father material. Someone who's committed to family. Doesn't have to be out in the bars every single weekend or every other night. Okay? They're willing to make the necessary sacrifice to be with their family. And I'll tell you what, one of the interesting things is when I met my husband, he used to, he doesn't really drink, but he used to hang out with some guys playing dominoes, from a former workplace, and they would meet at a particular location. Sometimes they'd have like little beach parties and whatever. And then when we got together and when we got married, I noticed that fell away a lot. And I said, "Oh, well, why don't you go out with your friends?" And he said, "You know what? I have to prioritize and spend time with my family." And those people, they're at a different stage in their life. They're still out drinking every Friday night, whether they have families or not. I don't know what their situation is. Some were older, some were younger, and they're still in that space where they want to go out drinking and having a good time. And that's fine. That's on them. That's like, you have to let everybody has their own journey. But at the end of the day, when you make the decisions that you make, understand that there's a trickle-down effect. So it impacts your children. Miss Magali, I see you coming in. Just give me a few minutes. I'm going to come to you. The other thing I want to say is, so I need to hear specifics from these schools. I need to hear specifics from the Department of Education Services. The parents as well. I got a message yesterday from an individual who said to me, Sandy, you would not believe, because we played a video. So to our radio listeners, you would not have heard this because it was too vulgar for radio. So we couldn't play it on radio. But we played a video a little bit later on in the program where we showed what some of the young girls at school, just this school year, are doing as well. And so they're apparently doing some symbol sign thing. The background music is this Cardi B song. And so I'm no fan of Cardi B. She's ratchet as heck. She's interesting. I'm not going to necessarily knock her because I think she's achieved some degree of success, but she's messy. She looks like her life is a little bit chaotic. Although those children of hers are growing up with a lot of money, money is definitely not everything. And I think that they're going to be exposed to a whole lot of foolishness in life, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. So she has a lot of songs that I would never give the time to. I've never bought her music. Sometimes she collaborates with other artists and you'll hear it on the radio. Might have a little, you tap your foot kind of thing to it and whatever. But she's not really my cup of tea. So these kids created this video at John Gray High School, mostly girls in the video. I think there was one guy where they're going around and they are throwing up symbols, showing people the middle finger and all this stuff in the video. Now, one parent called me after the show and said, Sandy, somebody was listening to your show this morning and they took a screenshot and they sent it to me of my daughter in this video. I said, oh. And I would like to get a copy of the video because I told my daughter, this is her first year at John Gray. And I told her, when you go to John Gray, mind the company that you keep. Miss Sandy, I think she said she's 29 years old. She says, I'm a mother of 2. I've talked to my daughter. You've known me a long time. I don't know if you remember me, but, I've come a long ways in my life and I'm trying to do my best with these kids. And so now she's going to be in a world of trouble. And I want to find out who recorded this. How did this get recorded again on school property, on school grounds? Because these kids are able to walk around at phones. Now, it was interesting during yesterday's show. We talked about there should be a no phone policy in place. And then somebody said, well, when the school tried to implement it, it was the parents. See how slack y'all are? Who came and said, well, you can't keep my kid's phone for the term. And I said, you see, this is part of the problem. Y'all can say what you want to say about government versus private schools, but I'm going to tell you, these are some of the differences. In a private school, if they say no phones, and the consequence of bringing a phone is that you will lose it for the term, that's it. You ain't arguing with them about that policy. Government, y'all parents, no good parents, have the audacity to tell government, well, you can't keep my kid's phone for the term. That's not right. This, that, and the next thing. You guys are part of the failure of the system. And you have to take your responsibility, be accountable to what's happening in those schools. That should be the policy. So I'm not surprised to hear there were parents kicking back against it. And so the schools have abandoned it. Really? Nonetheless, there should be a no phone policy. I was talking to a parent from a private school a couple of days ago, and she said, listen, Sandy, even the private school teachers who are aptly qualified with counseling and different things, right? She said, we would be happy to help government schools if they would accept the help. We can go in there and offer counseling because they're always talking about they're short-staffed and they're this and that. They're not thinking outside the box as part of the problem. And this woman's like, we don't need remuneration. We're not asking for anything. We just want to help because we're living in this community too. And if these kids are going to become a nuisance, you think they're going to just become a nuisance down in Windsor Park? They're going to be a nuisance and a problem everywhere to everyone. They're going to be breaking into everybody's homes no matter where you live. So we want to help. They need to start thinking more creatively. Another gentleman reached out to me. He's like, can we have a core of volunteers, parents, non-parents who would be willing to go to the school and help them police and walk up and down the hallways? I'm like, it's a great idea if it's organized properly, but the ministry would have to go through all of their red tape in allowing it. And I don't think they're going to do it. So there are solutions that we need to try to find to help. But the system has to be willing to accept the help. She also mentioned how the particular school that she's in, they implemented a no phone policy. And none of those private school kids show up with their phone. If they do, the phones are taken away and they know that they're going to be in big trouble. And it reduces a lot of issues. So I was happy to hear that parent take that particular approach. And then last night, someone messaged me and said, so Sandy, a parent was notified that her child was one in the video with explicit words song showing up signs. And instead of the parent speaking with her child about flexing to those types of songs while in school, the parent say she wonder if you want a lawsuit for having her child on your platform. Make sure and done that be tomorrow. She says fully BB, what is it? I think a BBS, whatever that, you all know what I mean. Dunce. That's these parents' problem nowadays, having their kids raise themselves and making them feel, say, they're on the same level as them, shaking my you-know-what head. And boy, I tell you, I just was like, I'm not surprised. And once again, that is the problem. If the problem you have with that video yesterday is the fact that I showed it, you're the problem. And your kid is a product of your mentality and your way of thinking. You are doing your children no favor whatsoever. You can sue me all you want. You can sue me till the cows come home. Your child is still going to grow up with some serious issues. And I'll still be reporting on them when they're 18, 19, 20 and becoming hardcore criminals thanks to you. So go ahead and sue me. And guess what? That's not going to stop when I report that they're stealing from people, that they have, committed all sorts of offenses and all sorts of crimes. In a minute, I'm going to talk about this child molester with this 10-year-old. This guy has been in the system and been crooking and doing stuff for years. It doesn't just start out with one offense. All right, let's pump the brakes on that conversation. We do have a guest who's joining us this morning. Good morning, madam.
Good morning, Sandy. How are you?
I'm not too bad, darling. How are you?
I'm not too bad, but try and hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
My friend has sent you some stuff about the landlord that I ran a place from him on the 18th of last month. And I suppose I'm moving on the 29th. So I went like 2 days before to get the keys, and he told me I had to wait because him and my wife were deciding something about the house. So I said, okay. So I waited, and I went back on Tuesday when my husband come, and they said must check him at 1 o'clock. I check him at 1, and they gave me an agreement. She don't want the 13 was doing an installment. I find the next 2 weeks to $500. She don't want that. She want 18. So I asked him where can I have my money back? He said he took it and paid his house insurance with it, and I don't think it's right. And I took it to the police station the next day.
Let me just understand, right? So you gave this person some
$1,300.
Okay.
His name is Samuel Campbell. He live in Savannah in Moonbeam.
So you gave him part of the
part of it.
Part of the deposit money, and then you were going to give him the balance of it, basically.
Yeah, in 2 weeks time. He said it was okay, and then I had to pay it in 3 installments for the deposit. He said I could do it that way.
Yeah. So this is what your friend sent me Tuesday. Said, good afternoon, Sandra. I have a friend who needs your assistance with collecting her rent money. She's struggling to find rent, and she found a place for $1,800 plus deposit. The apartment was not going to be ready until August the 9th. She explained to him that she did not have the full money, but would pay him $1,300 to secure the apartment. And then when the rent was ready, she'd pay the balance of $500 and then pay the deposit over 3 months. Now, he actually gave you something in writing, agreeing to this.
Yeah, he did. Yes.
Yeah. So, that has been provided to us. So there's no doubt here about, any sort of, it's what he agreed to. So that's fine. You put it in writing, even folks, when it's on a little scrap of paper, like I'm going to show you here, this is still a contract. Okay. So this constitutes a bona fide contract. I noticed he did it on my birthday, August 18th, and he accepts the $1,300. He says balance $500 down payment on a room cost $1,800. Deposit will be paid in full installments, 3 months. And then he signs it, has her name on it, everything. So that's fine. And then when you go to move in, his wife would not agree with the agreement that the husband signed.
No, ma'am. She wouldn't agree. And he took the money and used it. I asked for my money back, and he said he took it and paid it.
Okay. Yeah, you say, okay, then give me my money back. And then he doesn't want to give you your money back.
He said, no, he took and paid his house insurance. And I don't think it's right. House insurance and my $1,300.
Which is supposed to be deposit money. Okay.
Yeah. I went to the police station the next day, and I told him that they can't really get involved with landlords and stuff. So they still called him, and he said, I shouldn't have come to the police. And the man told him, Tonka Thomas told him, if she didn't come, you would have came. So he said, but she need her money back. So he said, okay, I'll give it back in 2 weeks' time. And 2 weeks was just Tuesday, and I called him and asked him for my money. He said he's not giving me no money because I went to the police station. So I don't know what else to do. I took it to the courthouse, and they'd run me up down like I don't know what.
Oh my gosh.
And I gave it him in cash. I didn't give him no check or nothing. I gave him cash.
Yeah. So you should be getting it back in cash.
Yeah. And my daughter came with me, and she signed a picture to look at the agreement. She snapped the picture, and she watched me and him counting the money. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to show your friend a picture of him because I do have a Samuel Campbell that I found on social media. I want to make sure that this is the same one. He actually looks familiar. I think I've seen him around before. So let's give him a call this morning because he doesn't get to decide to keep your money because you called the police. He must be crazy.
Yeah.
So
and then I called again. I went there Tuesday this week to the police station, and he can talk to them. He roughed up the policeman, and she made another report on him.
Oh, really?
So I went to them, and she got a big belly. She's pregnant. One lady that's there, and she came to me on Tuesday, and he said he's not giving it back to me. He told her, so she made another report.
Oh wow, he sounds like he's fresh.
I don't go in his yard. I just stayed away. I just called him on Tuesday. He told me no. Now I'm hearing she's telling me last night he rent the place out to another man, a woman, and 2 children. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know.
Okay, let's give him a call.
And then I had to take my husband, me, and my daughter and my son say I can't sleep on the beach, and I can't sleep in my car. So come back home and bring him there.
All right,
so that's why I'm saying.
Not subscribe to a voice mailbox service.
So this one is going direct to voicemail. So he looked like he's not answering. Do you know where this man works? Does he actually have a job, or is his job just?
I don't think he works. I don't think he works.
This number does not subscribe to a voice.
Okay, let's see here.
She told me she calling me. I said, "Well, look, he got the phone blocked, my number blocked, so I don't know." So he just hang up the phone on me, choose and told me I'm not getting it. So I don't know what else to do.
Okay, well, we're going to show everybody what he and who he is here this morning, because you don't get to do this kind of stuff to people and remain anonymous in this community.
That's not how lady too. That woman, she did he did after a scam.
This is him calling me. Hold on, one second.
Okay, go ahead.
Hello? Hello? All right, give me 1 second. Let me try again. He was calling.
Okay.
Let's see.
This number does not subscribe to a voice mailbox service. Please try your call again later.
Thank you and goodbye.
All right, let's see now. Mr. Samuel, answer your phone, honey child.
What?
Mr. Samuel, good morning.
Good morning.
Sandra Hill here. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes, sir. We have Miss Magali on the show here this morning saying that you're refusing to return her $1,300 that she gave you as a down payment on a deposit for an apartment. We're wondering when she might be able to get her money back. So we have a written agreement. We have a written agreement from you saying that you were taking the $1,300 as a deposit and balance $500.
Did you call me before you?
And then you told her you spent the money on your house insurance, but you'd get it back to her in 2 weeks. The 2 weeks has come and gone.
Excuse me. You see, I am straightforward. When you see people start lying, I can't handle it. If she can speak the truth and keep it like that, I'll deal with it.
So what's the truth?
since she is going around and doing all what she's doing, I cannot help it. You have to just take it further. She said she's going to put it on Mall Road. She put it on Mall Road.
Well, you're on Mall Road now because you're refusing to give her money. So I've seen the messages, the correspondence, the text messages. What else is there? What other truth is there?
Huh?
What other truth is there? You're saying she's not telling the truth. What is she not telling?
I would have to get a lawyer and deal with her.
Really, Mr. Samuel? You gonna get a lawyer. You owe her $1,300. You know how much it is to get a lawyer? So you already spent her money on your house insurance, and you're gonna turn around now and talk about you have to get a lawyer? Are you joking?
No. Look here. The point is
you don't sound like you're an honest man.
Okay, all right. Anything you want to say?
No, it's not what I want to say. It's what the evidence is demonstrating. The evidence is here. The proof is here. The contract is, you wrote up an agreement in your writing. That's a contract. We have the messages.
She is changing from one thing to the other.
Well, what is the change? What's the change? You told her you'd pay her back her $1,300 in 2 weeks after you paid your insurance.
Listen, she agreed that we agreed, and then after we agreed, she run to the police. Now she run to the station.
So what? Because you're not giving her money.
But she's not following what our instructions are. We following
because you don't intend to pay the woman. If you did, you would have paid her already.
Excuse me. You cannot tell me that what you're trying to do, bully me.
Really, sir? Big hardback man like you talking about I trying to bully you? You have nuts the size of a pebble, or what?
Excuse me, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to get to the bottom of this and find out why you're playing games with this woman's money. That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm not playing no games because she is running around and do things what she is not supposed to do. And
what do you mean what she's not supposed to do? She can't go to the police to get help?
Hello.
You see? You see the freshness that these people come here with? He has no intentions of giving her money. How can you tell somebody they can't reach out for help because you're not keeping your word? These are the people who make Jamaicans look bad. Every single one of you who's sitting down here now listening to this conversation have to understand. This is why people have a certain viewpoint of Jamaicans, people like him, and making all the good people look bad. He has no intentions of giving this woman her money back. How can you rightfully tell someone that they cannot go to the police? Oh, she's not supposed to be doing things that she's doing. What do you mean? She has a right to go to the police and complain. She has a right to tell you that if she don't get her money back, she's going to come to Cayman Mall Road. You can't tell her that she can't do that. If he crooked, the police need to do better too with these types of things, you know. Honest to God. This is ridiculous. So you see, people like him is counting on the fact now, Miss Magali, that you're not going to be able, like you said, you went to the court system. You don't understand the court system. You know, he's trying to give you a runaround because of it.
Yes, ma'am. So I think I'm going to have to go back to the court. They gave me a name by Andrew, somebody, Pickers or something, to talk to him and see what he can do for me. So I'm going to do that today while I'm in town.
Unbelievable. Well, the small claims process isn't difficult if you understand it, but I think unfortunately, a lot of people just don't understand it, and you have to be able to put in the right forms and whatever. So here's what we're going to do, Miss Magali. We're going to post him up on Cayman Mall Road for sure, without a doubt. It's obvious this man has no intentions of giving you your money back. Now, anybody know this Samuel fella? I'm willing to bet that he's some big time man up in church, that he probably goes to church, and he's got church brothers and sisters. I see his social media. He's friends with, let me see who he got friends with. Danny Warren Jr. Danny, do you know this man? Is he really your friend? He's friends with Nicholas DaCosta, Damien DaCosta, Miss Julia from Water Authority, Selma Berry, Linda McField, Tara McField. So he got a couple friends in Cayman. I'm curious to know a little bit more about him and what he's been up to. Oh, he works Water Authority. This man works Water Authority? You have got to be kidding me. Okay, we got his digits. Ooh, honey child. This person said he'd been there for years. You don't worry. We can get your money back, honey child. Because I know Miss Julia not gonna let him get away with this. Damn thief. Miss Magali?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me a couple days to work on this situation for you. This man actually has a full-time job and he's still stealing your money and talking foolishness on the radio this morning.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
My dear, I'm sorry that you had to go through this situation, but crooks come in all sizes and shapes and nationalities, and you just never know. And you did everything the right way. You got stuff in writing, right?
Yeah.
You had it witnessed, and look at this. He's still trying to crook you.
He have never gave me a key. I just looked at the place. I never got a key. I never moved in nothing. All I moved my internet box. And when my husband was taking it back out, he told him, must leave it. And he told him, no, his wife said, bring it. Because I got a month free, then I'll pay the next month. And we took it back in 2 days ago. I took it back into flow. Even that, he want me to leave. And I told him no.
Want you to leave your internet box. Wow.
Yeah. So I took it back to Florida. I don't need it. I live with my kids right now till I find a place.
My God, what a wicked man. What a wicked man. Jesus, peace.
He need to be locked. He need to be locked up.
And
throw away the key. Him and his wife. Just sent to say so, man. But and nothing more I can do. I don't know.
So somebody else says he doesn't work there anymore. They retired him on sick leave.
I think he's retired. And he said he's not hurting for money.
He was
had a nice truck. And I say to him, that's a nice truck. He said, yeah, but he tried to sell it, but he said he's not hurting for money. So why do you take my money and pay health insurance?
He's not hurting for money, but yet he used your money to pay health insurance.
That's what he told me.
Somebody said he's been medical boarded, I guess, because he was sick. Morning, caller.
Yeah, morning, Sandy. Well, police pretty well. Listen, this situation, I can tell you that from now. If they have anything to do with the word money, if they have anything to do with the word money, they gonna first of all say that it's a civil matter. And number two, if it's a Jamaican they're dealing with, they don't want to deal with it. Let me tell you one thing I know about that. Now, I'm not discriminating nobody because I'm looking at this out of my observation. I dealt with police more than anybody can complain about them. And the police, when they have a complaint about something having to do with rent, and if it's a Jamaican that is complaining, right? Listen to me, right? Because I've been in through this. There's a Jamaican that is complaining. I can guarantee you 2 Jamaican police officers will be at the scene within 30 minutes. Especially if they're renting from a landlord. When the landlord addresses to them and tell them that the situation is not so, the Jamaican take in favor of the Jamaican. So the police is in favor of the tenant now. When the landlord is right. It happened to my grandmother already, and I had to step in a little bit because apparently my grandmother don't know how to deal with these people. Although she's educated, but aggravation takes in hand with her. So let me deal with it. Maybe I can do education to them. If it has anything to do with money and the tenant is a Jamaican, they will settle if they can. But they don't have the authorities to do that. But
well, this is to me, this is a clear case of theft, though. This isn't really a landlord dispute. This man has stolen her money.
I know, but I'll tell you how I'm trying to get to the point with this one now. When it comes to a Caymanian that make a complaint, they'll say it's a civil matter with no questions asked. When it comes into money. So if the court can't do nothing about it, I don't know what kind of system we got here in Cayman. But the police is helpless when it have anything to do with money.
All right.
Helpless. I've seen it multiple times, and not only just landlords talking about with work and all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, my dear. All right. We had another caller trying to get in, 936-2626. I mean, this is ridiculous. Somebody says they're so disappointed in him. I guess you guys know this man and you thought he was somebody of caliber. People are really showing their true selves. Miss Stacy says he's not a Jamaican. Sorry, we don't know him and we're not claiming him in any way, shape, or form. I wish it was that easy. But let me see now. Who is his wife? Do you know who the wife is? Miss Magali, do you know who his wife is?
No, I saw her one time. That was all, but I don't know. I think she's a Jamaican. He's a Caymanian. I'm not
She's
sure.
a Caymanian. What a shame.
I
Good
think
morning.
so. And he's a, but she was off the
Good
island.
morning. I was just calling to check to see, just to clarify, is it not the case that when a landlord takes a deposit, it's supposed to be stored?
It's
it's not yours to do with what you want.
Exactly. And every single landlord almost on this island does not understand that. It should be put in an escrow account and not touched for any reason whatsoever. So the mere fact that this man can talk about how he has spent that on a he has spent it paying his insurance is ridiculous. This demonstrates he's a landlord and he don't even know what he's doing as a landlord. Somebody got the wife number. She's a Caymanian. Who is the wife? Because like I said, when we import riffraff into this country as the Caymanian spouse, y'all better start taking some responsibility. Because this poor Caymanian woman now and her husband are having to shack up with their daughter and other people until they can find somewhere else, and they need their $1,300 to secure another place. We're not joking with Mr. Samuel Campbell this morning. Thank you, caller. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. I'm coming in to get my 2-cent piece on this because I
give
know
us 5 cents while you're at it, child.
I know the person that I don't know her voice and I call her name, but I know her very good. And she's a good friend of mine, and I'm sorry that this happened to her, but I 100% with what Alejandro say, because I've had the experience too. And like he saying, I'm not bashing no nationality, but like I've been said, police are useless, and worse if it is one of their kind that they got to deal with. They're gonna tell you loan BS. They're not looking into it because it happened to us already. Not with money, but with goods that somebody took from us. And all now, that not all. But if we had went and take action, they would have been right to my door to arrest you. And I told them straight, on no disrespect, and under the law, and I respect you, but I can tell you how it go now, and on is no good. On is only there for that government first. On that's to protect the people. And like I tell you, remember one time they had on their cars, and to me, I think they took that off, that they had, we care, we listen, and we act. You remember when they had that logo on the cars? And I tell them on the show, do listen, on the don't care, and on the show is hell, do not act. And that might be why they take it off. And I am sorry that it happened to her, but it is, yes, it is tough. And like that man say, when you give deposit, they're supposed to put that if, in case anything happens, you get your deposit back, but they be hungry for your money, and just as they get it out your hand, they go and spend it. And this is the kind of foolishness that they give you. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is terrible. And then, like I already told you, that people like them is hoogie, good Jamaicans, bad name, and messing up everything, because they always say one bad apple spoil the whole bunch, which it shouldn't be, but that's how people think, and you're not going to change people from that. So that's why I got saying she need her money back.
Exactly.
And I put watch on my thing this morning because my iPad dead, but I think I know who it is too. And professing Christian, and like I tell you, not everybody that's all that. I'm not judging nobody, but now everybody say, Lord, Lord, like my mother say, gonna enter the kingdom. And they are congregation, pillars in church, goers, they not no Christian. Then I'm got a surname. I got more Christianity than me, and God know I'm not professing. I'm a big sinner.
Thank you, caller. What a hot mess. So I'm reading through some of your comments here. Miss Olive says, OMG, this man is terrible. No manners or respect. Sorry. Miss Venice says, can you hear the audacity in his voice? Lord help us, we gone for sure. Stacy says, Cayman Islands have some of the worst so-called slum lords. Glenda says, can't pay her back, but going to get a lawyer. How stupid does that sound? Yes. He really got some nerves, I tell you what. He sound like he got nuts the size of a little squirrel, but he talking big. Evangelist Marcia says, no, some Jamaicans, not all. He remind me of this bishop man in Jamaica. Claim he was running a partner, and all now my husband can't get his half of his money. And when me or my husband spend the bishop want to curse us, you don't understand how people want to wrong and strong put on top of it. Man, pay the lady her money, give her a time and a date when she can get her money. God don't like ugly, and what you're doing is very ugly. These people is very rude. Shaka Zula says, morning, Sandy. I think you need to clarify what the law defines as theft for most of your audience somehow. Well, I think the clarification needs to be for the police, because they seem to not understand the definition of theft. Theft can happen even in the context of a landlord-tenancy situation. So I don't know if they don't even understand that. Just because it's a landlord, the relationship is a landlord-tenant. That's like saying, oh, because it's a husband and wife, my husband can't steal from me. Of course he can. I mean, these police need to go back and do some training. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Sandra. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. My heart goes out to this lady, but this is what we get when we import paper Cayman. And we have a tendency that we like to blame one MP and not blame all. I mean, every MP go in there, he grant or he give access to a lot of people in this island. Because I myself personally have sent you something on behalf of a couple of young ladies that is being abused by the same thing by their employer, Paper Caymanian. One is a corrupted, fired because they fired him from the police force, basically. And they're being mistreated. They're being not paid the wages from last year for the holidays as well. They're being threatened that they're going to be sent back to the same country they come from to eat shit. Who does that? What kind of people do we import here?
Yeah, be mindful of your language, caller.
Oh God, we're still on the radio.
Yes.
Sorry. So we have it right in our society, and it's our people that is doing it. This man may be a paper Caymanian, right? This is when we're so easy and fast to give people papers and not doing a background check. So if we're not going to do a background check on someone,
but caller, you also have to. But caller, you also have to recognize that some of them don't start to show their true colors until they get that piece of paper. So he might have been behaving all this time. They say he used to work water authority. He might have been behaving, and now that he got that piece of paper and he got one little apartment, he think he's somebody.
Yeah, but maybe what they have to do at his company is penalize him for it. Maybe if they start penalizing people for things that they're doing to others, they won't like it. Okay, you're not paying this woman her $1,300 back. I'm cutting it out of your salary, which again, employers can't do that, right? Because the contract binds you to them, and that doesn't give them permission to take it from your salary, because again, it would be considered theft as well. But something has to be done. I mean, not one MP has come out and said anything about the consumer protection law. They have not said anything about sexual harassment. They have not said anything, which I'm very, well, not disappointed, but not surprised either. That, I mean, not even the education minister can come out and face and say, you know what, it's time for me to face these people and talk about these issues that is happening in schools with these children. We can't go to mass unit because they do what they feel like. So who is it going to help? You know what can happen here? Somebody can end up losing their lives, and then it's when they can decide to act on it, they can be too late. It can be extremely too late. But people can how to take matters in their hands because it's too much.
Well, that is why we really attempt to help people, because of that exact same reason, folks. Because we understand that people only have so much of a limit. Somebody just said, "Thank God this wasn't my mother, because he would be in the hospital." Huh? I mean, this is really, really ridiculous. Anybody knows who this crook is married to? Because, like I said, if you import people here and give them rights to be in this country, far as I'm concerned, you should have some responsibility for them as well. So I want to know who the Caymanian wife is, because she's the one who claimed that she wanted to breach the contract. So you can breach the contract, but the terms of contractual law says you have got to give the money back. Otherwise, then it becomes theft. And to be very, very clear, the definition of theft per section 235(1) of the Penal Code says a person is guilty of theft under Cayman Islands law if they dishonestly appropriate property belonging to another with the intention of permanently depriving the other of it. Well, at this point, it seems pretty permanent to me that is his intent. He don't have no intentions of giving her money back. He's told her he's not going to give it back. Oh, he spent it on insurance. You're not supposed to spend somebody's deposit money on anything. You're supposed to put it down. And in fact, you should put in an interest-bearing account. But at the very least, you just put it down and don't touch it. You landlords do not know what you're doing. You're running a joke of a situation. And it is time that this government decides to put some sort of a tenancy control board or something in place to protect people. And at the very minimum, the police have to recognize that he has stolen this woman's money and he needs to give the money back. Miss Magley, with your permission, can we call the RCIPS this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
About this situation. Alejandro, we need to call the police, sir. You have another comment?
Yeah, no, Miss Sandy, I just want to apologize to anybody that feels offended of what I said, if it had did so. But I didn't specify it for every one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, and I just saying, right, with these type of situations, if that lady you're talking to right now was one of my elders, but she is still, but if she was my family, I could tell you what, a situation would have been dealt with proper. I would have been dealt with proper, and I don't mean it in a violent way. I just assertive.
All right.
That lady needed a little help with what she's doing. She's help to you. No, she's gonna get the help she needs. But in other cases, there's not a lot of people that could reach out to you.
All right, Alejandro, we're gonna make a little phone call now. Thank you.
A little point.
All right, no problem. Okay, dear. All right, folks, let's give the police a call, because their degree of slackness too. What is their number again? 949-4222.
Yes,
ma'am.
And they have 2 statements they are ready for me.
Okay. Miss Darlene says he's not married to any Caymanian. I can assure everyone. Well, who is he married to? How is he here? Police announcement phone this morning. Oh, good morning. Yes, good morning, officer. Can we speak to a supervisor, like an inspector or superintendent? I don't know what rank is higher, but who do you have on duty this morning that we could speak with?
Inspector, hold on. I think Inspector Brett. Who am I speaking to, please?
It's Sandra. You probably recognize the voice. Yes, sir.
Yes, the voice. Yeah, man.
All right, no problem.
Inspector Brett is in. Let me just check my office, see if he steps up before I transfer you.
Okay, thanks.
Hold on a minute.
All right, folks. Jamelia says, what's his name? His name, Jamila, is Samuel Campbell. And she confirms that he's not married to Caymanian. He's just been here for donkey years. Okay. Thank God for that. At least no fool didn't marry him. Magnum Opus says no promises until election time. Then they'll start making empty promises to those who are easily fooled. I'm curious to see what the PAC is going to campaign on. Certainly not reducing the cost of living. Well, nobody can campaign on that, Magnus Opus. So don't be fooled by anybody who does that, because they'll be lying. Yasmin says he's a wicked man. How can you rob this poor old lady? Yes, sir. Hello.
Excuse me, sir. Inspector Bess.
Inspector Bess?
Yes, he's here.
Okay, sure.
Hello?
Hello. Mm-hmm.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Can I help?
Hi, Inspector Bess?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Sandra Hill here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I have Miss Magali Henry on the line here with you. And for full disclosure, she's given us permission to call you on her behalf. We were calling this man this morning live on the radio, Mr. Samuel Campbell, who took her $1,300 for a deposit, then said that he spent the money paying his house insurance, and now he's refusing to pay her back. Now, he has on multiple occasions, well, he said this morning that he apparently, because she's not following his rules, because she went to the police and she threatened to come to Cayman Mall Road, he's not going to pay her back. Now he's going to get a lawyer. I'm sure you're very familiar with theft, the definition of theft pursuant to Section 235(1) of the Penal Code. This has gone from being just a landlord-tenancy disagreement into theft, because this man is refusing to give her $1,300, her money, and he has no lawful excuse under which he should be able to do so. She's filed multiple reports with the RCIPS, and she's getting pushback, as is usual, from your officers who don't want to get involved, telling her it's a civil matter. This is no civil matter. This is no different than a Judith Douglas. It's just that we only know about one case so far. We don't have to wait for him to get to 25 cases before we go, oh yeah, this is theft. Is there anything, sir, that you could do this morning to help Ms. Magali in this situation before I have to email the commissioner of police and ask him to please put somebody on the case? Because it looks like that's the only time that we can actually get these types of issues resolved is when I email the commissioner, and I shouldn't have to do that. I mean, your officer should know what a theft situation looks like. He's intending to permanently deprive her of her $1,300, which she needs to go find someplace else to rent.
She made a report previously.
She actually made 2 reports already.
And what's her name, ma'am?
Miss Magali Henry.
I would have to check the system to see the report and see the circumstances. But she has a tracking number for the report?
What number, sorry? A tracking number?
RMS number.
Oh, did they give you any kind of number, Miss Magali, for that report? Miss Magali? Oh gosh, I think her internet just froze up. Hi, Miss Magali, can you hear me? Yeah, Miss Magali, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, he's asking if you have a RMS number, which is the number that the police put in their system for these reports.
Okay, his name is he's working at Bonja. He named Thomas something. I talked to him.
No, but did he give you any kind of number when she made the?
I have an email he gave me, but let's choose to tell the lady that is having a baby. She's pregnant there. She put it in the system again.
Both times
I don't know.
Yeah, both times did you report it to Bodden Town Station?
I did it on down 2 weeks ago, and then I did it on Tuesday on Georgetown. And the lady that's pregnant,
she reported it at Bodden Town, and then on Tuesday she came into the Georgetown station.
Yeah, and the lady put it in the system because he was rude to her too. You could hear his love and say he's not giving it back. He told her.
So he's told one of your officers he has no intentions of giving back the money.
She's a lady that's having a baby. She's pregnant. I don't know her name.
One of your pregnant officers, whoever that might be. This woman wants her money back, and if he's refusing to give it back, he's stolen her money. y'all need to see about putting a file together and sending it to the DPP's office?
Let me check it out and maybe if I could have her contact number. Well, her number should be on the system, and I'll give her a call.
All right, Ms. Magdalene, this is Inspector, is it Best or Bent?
Best.
Best. He said he's going to have a look at it and he's going to give you a call.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
All right, Officer Inspector. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, there. What a hot mess. All right, Ms. Magali, let's leave it there. Will you update us, please, on what the police is able to do with this situation?
Yeah. Okay, I will. All right. Thank you for everything. Have a good weekend.
All right, dear. You're most welcome.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Bye. It's pretty simple and straightforward, actually. These officers complicate their lives and complicate everybody else's life. At some point, it becomes theft. Let me see who else is calling here this morning. Oh, I had another lady who was calling on the other line. Did she ever call on this one? I don't think she did. Hold on. Hold on. Let me give her a call back. Flo, oh, now I can't get my toll-free number, but that's okay. Praise the Lord. We can afford to pay the phone bill around here. Okay, let's give this person a call. I think they were trying to call us as well. They probably ran out of credit.
Hello.
Yes, hi. You were attempting to call the show earlier?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. You were calling the show? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Hello. Can you hear me? Okay.
Hello.
Yes, hi. Hello. Okay, I don't know. So this person he's been here for donkey years. He used to be with a family member of mine, pretending to be a nice person and ends up with he's a dog with two legs. Don't insult dogs now. He not no dog, child. That's an insult to the poor dogs. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning, Sandy.
Hi.
I have a problem too, similar, but it's about my document, my passport document. I let this agent did my document from January.
I don't know. Let's try calling her back, honey child. I don't know if she ran out of credit or if it just disconnected. What a mess.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, her name is Sarah. You know Sarah Boti. She took $350 from me.
What's the name of the business? Sarah.
Sarah's Boutique is right in the front there by work.
Okay, so I thought she sold clothing.
She sells clothing and she do immigration thing too. So anyway,
what a hot mess.
I have all the document with part this woman saying that she gonna pay me back my money. She gonna pay me back my money. I can't from January. I asked her to put in to renew my passport for me because I have a child.
What is it called? Sarah, S-A-R-A?
S-R-A-Y-S. Sarah's Boutique. It's DHM Immigration Service.
Okay. And she.
I reported to the police officer. And they come in like apparently she's doing not only me, she's doing it to a lot of people. She's doing it to.
And who is she? Who's this person?
She's Spanish. She's from Honduras.
So I hear that she has about 5 business licenses, doing everything from boutique to immigration.
Right. Right. So she
construction, one pile of stuff. What is her name? What's her actual name?
Her name is Sarah. Her name is Sarah.
Sarah. Do you have a last name?
No, I don't have.
Okay.
I don't know her last name. Because I know her I went there through my husband because she was doing paperwork for my husband in his construction work. So anyway, this woman, she didn't even put in for the passport or anything. When I was calling her for all of my documents, the girl told me, the girl that was doing it, that she lost all of my documents, passport, everything, Sandra. So I asked her back for the 350, and this woman is hesitating. This has been from January, Sandra. And I have to renew my passport because I have a child that is sick, and I usually go with him. And this girl still hesitating. The police officer called her, and she had a bad, stinking attitude with the officer. And the officer said that he couldn't help me. He don't know what to do. I went to immigration because apparently immigration is under some investigation with her with this team first thing. All I need, all I need is someone to help me get my 350 that I could apply for my passport. For any emergency with my son, I will have my passport.
All right. So do you have your passport back? Do you have the documents back?
Everything she lost. Everything she lost.
What?
And it's my British and it's my UK passport, Sandra.
Oh my God.
It's my UK passport.
Lord Jesus.
So for me,
all right, hold on 1 second. Let me call her. 1 second. All right, let me try another number because she's actually funny enough. When you said the name, I said, oh, wait a minute. She's actually done some advertising on CMR. And I went back checking my messages and I see a message here from this other number saying, this was Monday, March the 20th. Hi, Sandra, how are you? I would like if you can help me promote my small business. I'm starting now. It's immigration services. How much need to be paid? And I didn't respond to her for some reason. Like I said, I get so many messages. So she has another number other than the ones that people are giving me. So let me see now. Let's see.
Apparently she had this girl that's doing work for her. Then the girl must have stealing everything that she had. But the thing is, it was under her company. So I don't see why she cannot give me back my money. Hello?
Hi, sorry. Hello?
Hello?
Miss Sari?
Yes, Sandra.
It's Sandra.
Yes,
how are
Sandra,
you?
how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good today.
Good. Good. I have
good.
I have a lady here on the line who says that she, from January, gave your immigration company some documents to renew a passport for, I think, her son. And she now.
But it's not. Yeah, but it's not me, Sandra. It's the other lady. She
What
is
other lady?
actually she don't work for me anymore.
But
And also
Sari, just a minute now. When you have someone who does work for you, you are responsible for what they do.
Yeah, but I told her to bring the receipt and even tell her to come to, because to the other peoples who whatever do papers with that lady, I send them to immigration because immigration is dealing with that people because she is a mess. The lady do a lot of mess, and also she's in court. I think she go in court also because even I report her too.
All right. But at the very minimum, this lady needs her $350 back. So when can she come and collect that from you?
Well, she can come to me and she can bring me the receipt and I can give her the money back.
All right.
She had to tell her to bring me the receipt like HDN.
But I mean, you know that the documents were submitted because you seem to be familiar with the situation.
But she had to bring me the
So
receipt,
you don't keep
HDN
receipts
receipt.
on. What if she can't find her receipt? You don't keep receipts on your end? You don't have a carbon copy receipt book that you can go back in January and see that she paid $350? You're not keeping records in QuickBooks?
They tore the receipt out. Because when I went there, Sarah told me clean and straight she wasn't getting into it. So Sarah is lying. Sarah did not tell me to bring no receipt about she was giving me the money. She said it's the other lady that has supposed to give me the money. And Mariana is a runaround. She's not. I have all the message and thing that me and her been having. That's my money, Sandra. So Sarah is a liar. Sarah is a liar.
Yeah. All right, Sarah, listen to me very, very carefully now. I don't want to have to put this all over the website and every time people Google your name, it comes up. Please have the woman's $350. She's going to come by this afternoon. You should be keeping as a business carbon copies of receipts, QuickBooks, some other record. Even if she doesn't have her receipt, you're supposed to have a copy of it that this woman paid and that her, papers were received, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know what your intake process is, but you can't now put this on her because you hired a crook and you hired a bad person and you're trying to wash your hands of this. That's not how it works. And you need to find where her passport is as well. She shouldn't have to then be out of pocket trying to find and report a lost or stolen passport. Who knows where the passport is? You have to hire. Let me be very, very clear. And this is for Sada and everybody else who hires staff out there. If you hire someone who is less than honest and you don't have the processes in place, right, to make sure documents are received properly, that there's a record of these things, and that there's cameras watching your staff if need be, whatever the situation is, when they do things wrong, even if it is a supposed immigration violation or criminal act, you as the employer have responsibility. It's called vicarious liability. Y'all need to learn the law. You are responsible for that woman, Sarah. So the very minimum you can do is have this lady's $350 for her and try to find her documents, try to find her passport. Understand? Oh, did she hang up? Okay, then. But these people completely...
They were at the same thing, Sandra. They had a deep attitude with the police officer that dealing with my case. And the guy that dealing with their case is Philip Nunes. I have to go in next week, Wednesday at 11 o'clock.
But this woman did not just hang up on me this morning, though. You hold on one second here. And now she's refusing the call? Is this woman crazy? Hold on one second, honey child. Give me 1 second here. Oh, she's calling back. Hold on. Let me make sure. Yes, ma'am. Hello?
Yes, Sandra, if you have me in line, I can talk to you.
Listen to me. You only need to give the woman her money back, honey. I'm trying to save you some embarrassment here in reputational business.
Yeah, but people calling me and then say you was.
Of course you're online, but you're responsible for what your employers do.
That's not me.
What do you mean that's not you?
That's not Sarah. It's not Sarah's all money to that woman. It's other lady.
No. She worked for you, Sarah. You need to understand the law. If somebody works for you and they steal somebody's money on the job, you are responsible. You can't say the other person is responsible.
Okay. Tell the lady, come to my office and give me the receipt. Okay?
All right.
And we can clear it.
Yes, so I appreciate that. Okay? No problem, thank you very much. All right. I didn't even get your name, so we've been calling you lady all this time. Tammy?
Yes, Tammy.
All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
Tammy. She says she can give you $350 back. I suggest you go today. Don't let today
Yes,
pass. Go there
no,
and
ma'am.
also tell her you need her to look for your documents. A passport is a very
No,
serious thing.
Sandra, I've been there. I've been there. I have all the text message with the girl said she was bringing me the money. She don't show up. She don't do nothing. She end up that she blocked me now. She don't answer the call. And it just on and on and on and on. And I'm getting tired of it. So that's why I decided to call you this morning, Sandra, because I need my money.
All right. She said she's going to give it to you, honey chill.
Okay, Miss Sandra. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, my dear.
I appreciate it.
All right, dear. What a mess. All right. In case y'all haven't figured out, today's Consumer Friday. 936-2626 is the telephone number. Lots of people finding themselves in this type of situation. So I figure we might as well dedicate entire segments to it, to be honest. Oh, we have another caller. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Me again. I say here again. I got call them out now. Another Honduran Spanish scammer now. Here again, boy. I say you can listen to something. What's wrong with these people? Why are these people so dishonest? They don't know that they say honest is the best policy. And I know the poor person that was speaking just now too. She's very poor, yeah. But, and then losing people's document. Boy, I say all these kind of things. You see what I say? Sometimes these kind of things really boils your spirit up and saying your press up that you should grab them and bust them out up. But this is what I say, if you grab them and do them anything now, they're going to come and arrest you, but they can't solve the problem. These days, if you don't want problem, I mean, because there's so many cooks, it is more cooks look like than it is honest people. Jesus, boy, I tell you this kind of thing boils me. Not my business, but still, here, Honduran.
All right, my dear.
Not only Jamaican people, I tell you, all peace and all nation, but just saying, but some are worse than others. See what I tell you? And all these Spaniards coming up, they never know nothing about Cayman, till they went Banaka and find out about Cayman. Now they coming up here disgracing people.
All right, my dear. Thanks very much. All right, we got another call on the line. Good morning, caller, and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Friday.
Yes,
Happy
my dear.
weekend.
What a mess.
Okay.
Kind of hot around here today, but.
Sandra, if you would allow me to, please, just to say to your shall I say, victims and the rest of your audience, a passport is not owned by the holder, but by the country that issued it. And to that person with her passport, I would appeal to her to please get a police report in stating that her passport has been stolen or missing, and then she also needs to report this to the deputy governor's office, because she's going to find herself in some very serious trouble if she, tries to get this passport otherwise. And also, they need to bear in mind that the reason their passport and the documents are being taken, this is a scam. And the next thing she's going to know is that someone is going to be traveling on her passport. So people, there are lots of reputable agencies around that will do this documentation for you. And if by any chance you run into a problem, they take responsibility, even if they have to pay, for the back and forth, couriers and all this kind of stuff. But please do not deal with these fly-by-night people. You can hear by the sound of this exactly what it is. And the other people who believe that as soon as Jamaicans in Cayman committing crime, well, I think you've been proven to be very wrong. We have all kinds here doing it. And the police just don't favor Jamaicans. They favor all. The only people that the police are willing to arrest, drag down to the lockup or wherever they take them, charge them, they went on to court, are Caymanian. And let me stress, indigenous Caymanian. Okay? I'm going to leave everyone with that and wish you all a happy and a safe weekend.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. 936-2626 is a telephone number. Some good advice there, folks. You've got to stop just allowing any and everybody to tell you that they're going to handle your paperwork, and that not everybody's capable. Not everybody is honest. Not everybody knows how to hire people to do the work. Miss Darlene, she's actually calling back. Let me see if I can grab this call and call you back in a second.
Okay.
She's calling WhatsApp. So 1 second here now. I can only answer one WhatsApp call at a time. Oh, gosh. Hold on a second here now. I'll have to call her back. Hold on.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Sandra. Okay,
Uh-huh.
this is me, Paris again. Sorry, I was doing some shopping. That's why I can't hear you good.
Okay.
Okay, let me tell you something.
Mhm.
Okay, the person, she used to work with me. Yes, she do a lot of mess, and she affect a lot of people with papers. Yes, she did. But just tell the lady to come to my office.
Okay.
And for sure, I'm gonna pay her.
Okay.
But
And do you
it's
know
not
what
me.
might have
I just
happened
want-
to her passport? Because this is very concerning that she gave documents and now they're gone.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. That's the thing. I don't know where the paper is, because the lady the lady working for me, she take the papers away. I don't know where. Even she do a lot of things behind me. So trust
And
me, I never
who was
know.
this lady? You have her name and number?
Yes,
Send it to me on WhatsApp, please.
No, I don't have her number actually, and even because immigration take the phone number away from her.
Take her phone number. Immigration can't take her phone number.
The phone number, because she is in investigation, of course.
Well, they can investigate, but that doesn't mean they can take your phone number. I mean, I don't understand that.
Then do, because she don't have her phone. Even I don't have no.
So if they took her physical phone, that doesn't mean she still doesn't have a phone number and another phone.
I don't know, Sandra, because I don't have a contact with that woman. Yeah,
All right.
don't have
Well,
no
what's her name? How did you find her? Like how did
her name is? Yeah, her name is Mariana.
Mariana
she used
what?
To work for me. Mariana Cortez, and she used to work for me. So tell her.
That's two N's in Mariana or one?
Mariana, just one N.
One N. Okay. Cortez with an S or a Z?
With Z.
With a Z. And so when you found Mariana, where did you find her to hire her? She was living here?
Yeah, she's living here. She living here. But let me tell you something, Sandra. I just want to clear my name and my business, because that was me. I know the lady she used to work for me, and she do a lot of things behind me, but I don't want basically my name be in the road, because I am very honest person, and I never ever I gonna take even $1 for nobody. So I gonna I just let the lady know to come to my office. I gonna pay the money. But please, I just want you clear my name, because I am businesswoman and I want to clear my name.
Okay. All right, my dear. So she'll be getting her money today. She'll come and see you.
All right.
All right. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Okay. Miss Darlene was up next. Let me just see now. What happens is if you're calling on the WhatsApp, I can only take one WhatsApp call at a time. So Miss Darlene, let me see. I know Miss Darlene was calling me also. And so just keep that in mind if you're calling on WhatsApp. Straight calls, we can put people on hold. WhatsApp, one WhatsApp call at a call. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Sandra. As I sit here, I'm realizing the whole world knows that you can do anything and get away with it in Cayman. The whole world. So when you see that your police department cannot simply go out there and make examples out of these people. What are we? What is our community? What is our country coming to? No police. No policing whatsoever. They police on what they want to police on. And like what Miss Brenda said, yes, make it happen to one of us as a Caymanian. They'll come, they'll pull you to pieces and whatnot. Simply because you know why? We don't have Caymanians in the force any longer. We don't have our own people there. They're talking nonsense about, oh, you got your own people there, they can take up. Take up for what? At least we know each other. We know each other. This has gone too far. I mean, people, every Tom, Dick, and Harry, Mary, and Jean could come into our little country and do what they want to do. What they want to do. They need to do, this seems Sarah, they need to do an investigation on her since she got mountains of licenses because what is happening, and we all know that, is licenses are taken out. You're hiring people and people are paying you for hiring them. What is she doing? Where's the proof that she has 5 businesses that is operating legally? What it is? Where
Well,
is it?
we give out business licenses like Skittles these days. So that's why somebody,
Yeah,
whether it's a
yeah,
Don McLean Sonny with 10, 12, 13 business licenses, Sarah can have 5 too, apparently.
yeah, but there we go again. There we go again. That's we just letting it go, just running it down the hill, snowballing. Just bigger problems is coming to us. So, and another thing with your passport, like what Miss Brenda said again, your passport is not for you. It's for the country that has issued it. And what I tell people, I deal with passports in a business. You do not leave your passport really there. You take photocopies if they got to work off of it. Take photocopies and you give back the original. At no point in time you need to be holding anyone's
Original
passport.
passport.
That
That's
is
right.
exactly.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just a little thing. Don't actually nothing done unless you see receipts are going through, whether the passport office issued it. Then you put that in that envelope and you said, okay, it's good to go. But this is things that we don't even use our brain to find out. And then people go to people that are not reputable. Our company, my sister come to Bahu, is reputable. Where she's gonna go? Where the Caymanians gonna go? But they go around the corner. Those that are stealing from people, like that one, Dion Henry that stole Mr. Gordon $2,000 3 years now, and her and her son is out there scamming people. It has to stop. Do you know what 2,000 is for you to come work 10 hours and then you come and work another 4 hours for another little jobs and stuff?
Actually, have him call in today. Have him call us. He needs to call
Well,
too.
I can't hardly because he has his phone off most of the time, but I'll try. I'll try. But that man needs to be paid back, and people need to know what they do, and you need to put one special little page up for scammers, and put their picture up until, like how they used to do the checks, until they resolve the issue with people. It's too much. People work too hard, Sandy, too hard, and have to live like this. This is not nice. This is not nice. My heart go for that elder lady because she's a senior citizen. You don't know how she got to work. Even if she could work, she probably just saving up money for her husband, and somebody gonna take $1,300 and talk foolishness about you paying insurance or whatnot. This is not right. Anyway, that's my 5 cents.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. 936-2626 is the telephone number. You can call in WhatsApp as well, folks. I know sometimes you guys are overseas or you have no credit and you still want to call into the program. What mess. These people not easy, boy. All right, let me see here now. So This person says it probably got some scamming business going on. People's passports soon be used to travel. I mean, this is very, very concerning when you're losing people's passports, because where's the passport? Next thing you know, they're creating fake IDs and selling that in Honduras or Banaca or wherever the hell it is. These passports can be showing up all over the world. So I don't know what kind of investigation is being carried out against her, but this should be document theft. Is a very serious situation, and the police better take it seriously. Anyway, that one is resolved. At least she said that she'll give the money back. This person says, good morning, Miss Sandy. I have a grave concern. While you're on the topic about the schools, I think UCCI, they should implement a very strict dress code, both for students and staff and teachers. I went over there a couple times, and the way I see these men and ladies dressed to attend college is like they're dressed up to attract different problem, belly, skin, blouse, and some tights showing all that they had. I believe that would solve some of the issues. We can't have the future of K-Man looking the S word. We have to install some values in them, and the future of K-Man will be fine. Well, I mean, I don't think that just because they get them to dress a particular way means that they're going to be fine, but it could certainly be one of the considerations of moving them in the right direction. So they're dressing a little bit too provocative. Okay. That might be an indication that they're not there to learn. But I don't know. Maybe they not got nothing else to wear. Another comment says, blessings. Question, all these places doing immigration services, do they have a license? Are they vetted by immigration? I think right there, they should be assigned under WRC to do so, and not just a business license. They go on to say, Sarah's boutique, a mess of a businesswoman. I had to deal with this Honduran woman. She was very ignorant and rude. So many of them in Cayman operating businesses, and they are worse than many Jamaicans. Well, as previous callers have said, folks, it takes all kinds in a nationality, and you got the good and the bad. So I don't know that, yeah, I'm sure you got worse and worse and worse all over the place. What a mess. What a mess. This other person says, yes, she's also running a loan to payday business out of that one little place. I'm sure she is listening to the show. What a mess. This is what happens. I've mentioned it before in relation to other people. You can't spread yourself too thin. I think you're calling the wrong number if you're trying to call this show. Oh, okay. I think that people are spreading themselves too thin, and they can't focus and get any one thing right, and that's a problem. So in order to try to make a quick buck, they figure, if I got 50 businesses going, that's going to be the ticket. No, you need to focus on trying to get something right. Speaking of which, shall we, is there Samuel? Don't worry, some people looking into you today. Samuel Campbell, honey child, you got yourself in a world of trouble trying to cook that poor woman. Post their picture on a page and their names. Yes, I'm actually messaging my web guy just now, saying to him that I need an easier way to do it than wasting like an entire post. Like I need a way to catalog them. Gosh, this might be quite a job trying to put them up, child. But we got to figure out a way to organize it on the website for sure, so that you should be able to Google their names, Google their businesses before going to them. Because again, we have no consumer protection on this island, so I'm trying to help where I can. And you should be able to at least get like almost like a review of their business. Talking to him. See what kind of website solution that we can integrate into the existing site. So I've got, okay, all the different, This person sent me a video sending more. These girls doing immigration services were cleaners and makeup artists. So again, as Miss Darlene just said, you can't hire any and everybody to do a job. And apparently there's no qualifications in this country to do anything. It's a good thing that at least physicians aren't just run of the mill, can operate on you, and they're actually dog catchers. So lawyers and physicians have to be qualified, but nobody else. You can jump up tomorrow and claim that you're a consultant, you're an immigration expert, you're this, you're that. And none of these people have the relevant or necessary experience that you should be trusting them with anything, much less a passport document. This is a serious situation. All right, let's watch this video that someone has sent. They're saying that these people were nail techs and makeup artists, and all of a sudden they become immigration experts overnight.
Hi, good day, everyone. My name is Georgina from HDM Immigration Services, and we are an agency offering you the following services, such as status naturalization, permanent residency, filling out the form for temporary work permit, police record, Cayman visa application, US visa application, business license, and much more. Visit us at 86 Berry Street, Georgetown, Cayman Island, or call us to the number 938-5717.
All right, folks. So there you have it. Advertising and not qualified, honey child. It's a bit of a hot mess, if you ask me. Mr. Denver says, well, lady, that was your worker working for you. She's lying. Miss Debbie says, I think she sold the passport. My goodness. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Sandra. This is Tommy again.
Morning.
You know that woman called my husband and tell my husband if I come there looking any money, what's she going to do me?
You
She gonna
joking?
beat me, Sandra,
You
if
mean after the phone call that we just had?
after the phone call that we just had, that woman called my husband and tell my husband if I come there looking any money, what she gonna do me?
Really?
If anything go wrong, Sandra.
Hold on.
Put one hand on me.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Because you know I don't like a liar. You hold on 1 second.
Hello?
Sadi?
Yes, Sandra.
Did you just call Miss Tammy's husband saying that she must not come there to collect money from you?
Oh my God. I never said that.
I mean, I would hope not, because I mean,
Sarah, what you just called my husband? Mario just called me. But if I come there to you, what you gonna do me? What you gonna do me, Sarah? What you gonna do me? I ain't afraid of you.
Okay, listen to me, Sada and Tammy. Tammy, I don't want you to get yourself in no trouble. Sada, hold on. Sada, please don't make this any worse for yourself than it already is. You said the woman can come and get her money. Let's keep it professional and above board. She's going to come there. She's going to remain professional. You're going to hand her money in cash because that's how she paid for it. She'll sign a receipt saying that she's received the money in cash and let the woman walk away, and that's it. Don't call nobody husband. Don't make no more phone calls. Don't have nothing else to say about this, because in this moment, I'm still being nice about the situation. In 1 hour's time, nobody wants me to turn up here on this Friday.
Yes,
okay?
Sandra, hello, let me talk.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, Sandra, let me talk. I never called her husband to tell, I don't know what Tammy happened with her. Tammy, it's not me. It's not me do her passport or the paper, whatever the paperwork. But it's not me.
Well, Tammy, hold on, Tammy, let her talk.
Tammy,
but Tammy, 1 second.
I am honest person.
But Sarah,
Sada,
We have moved past. We have moved past trying to put the blame now. You've said she can come for her money. Yeah.
Yes, Sandra. What I told you when I call you,
Mhm.
tell her to come for the money because
Yes.
even I don't know why she do all this story.
Because she's been waiting since January for her money, so she's frustrated.
Yeah,
You have to
because Dana
understand,
wants
if you
me
were
to
waiting
get-
for your money since January, you would be upset too.
I know, Sandra. But
All
the
right.
thing is,
Tammy,
Dana wants me.
Tammy, she's gonna have your money ready for you. She's gonna
Yeah,
have
but
your
I
money
need-
ready.
Yes, Sandra.
Mhm.
Tell
Sandra, I
Tammy.
can tell you.
One
If I
second.
go there,
Tammy, hold on one
go
second.
there and that does.
Okay, tell Tammy to listen to me.
Yes,
Tammy,
go ahead.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead. We're listening.
No, I want Tammy to hear me.
She can
right?
hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, Tammy, you know it's not me do all this. You know who is the
Yeah,
person.
that doesn't matter now. You're gonna give her money back. That's what matters. Yes.
Yeah, I got exactly. I gonna give her the money. That for me,
Okay.
that's nothing.
Don't make no more
Okay?
phone calls to nobody's husband saying nothing.
I
Just.
don't call nobody. I don't know why she said that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
don't know why she
Mario
said
just
that.
called me, Sarah. Mario just
Tammy,
called
you
me
know,
and
Tammy,
tell me
you
if
know,
you come there, usted me va a echar pija. ¿Qué pija me va a echar vos? Yo no tengo
Tammy,
miedo a vos.
Okay. Tammy. Cálmate, por favor.
calma, exactly.
Okay.
Because
Everybody.
No, Sandra, I'm easygoing person.
I understand.
I'm an
I
easygoing
understand.
person, Sandra. But when it comes to foolishness like this,
Mhm.
what she gonna do me?
Sandra, but
Don't
the
start
thing
me
is, it's not me all
Don't
do
start
all
me
this and
Sarah.
why I don't know why she mentioned my name. She want to destroy my
Well,
business or
listen,
whatever.
listen. You
It's
just
not
do
about that.
the right thing. You just do the right thing today. She's gonna come by, Tammy. I just need you to remain calm. I don't need to do a follow-up show on Monday to say Tammy went to jail for nothing. You just go there
Yeah, but I
calmly.
hear you.
Sarah,
I
you just have her money.
No, Miss Sandra. I'm not going there to make no problem. I
Yes.
just go and get my money. But if she
Yeah,
say
but
anything to me and she try to do me anything, Sandra,
no,
you
I'm
know
not going to do nothing
I
to you,
let you
Mama. And let
Okay.
me tell you something, Tammy. You
See?
know me, and you know that no what me do all this. You know that. You trying to embarrass me over and
No, I'm
to
not trying to
everybody
embarrass
know.
you, Sarah. Sarah, I'm not trying to embarrass you. I'm not trying to embarrass you. Mariana,
Okay,
she
please
said
tell.
she taught how to take responsible for my stuff.
Exactly.
Mariana
Exactly. That
blocked
was
me.
Mariana, right,
Mariana
Tammy?
blocked
That was
me.
Mariana.
She
That's
keep
not what
telling
me,
me
right?
she's coming to give me
Tammy,
the money.
Tammy,
So
do you
somebody gotta take
have
responsibility.
Tammy? Do you have Mariana's number that you could give me?
Yes, ma'am, I have it, and
Send
she
it.
blocked me.
Send it to me on the WhatsApp.
Tammy, but
Yes,
you know
ma'am.
that not was me, all right, Mama? You know that.
Okay. All right.
No,
So
Sarah, I know it's not you, but she works with you. Is what I tried to tell you.
No
She
worries.
works
I'm
with
yeah,
gonna
you.
pay you
and
the money, but
and
I don't want
Tammy,
people
here's the
doing
thing
it.
now. Tammy, this is a good suggestion from one of our listeners. They said, don't go by yourself. Take a witness with you. You go with someone. Cool heads have to prevail. You go with someone and you collect your money and you both leave and that's it. So if
No,
you
Sandra,
need
she
to
can come by herself. I'm not gonna do anything.
no,
to her.
but I
Tammy
don't
know
want
me long
any
time.
she said, he said, she boxed you down, you have her tearing out of the extensions fight, and then we don't know what happened. So the best thing to do is for her to just bring an eyewitness.
I'm not that kind of person, trust me. Tammy know
Lord
me for
Jesus.
years. Sandra told me, Tammy know me for years, and Tammy know that know what me do all these things. And she know that because she know me for
But
years.
Mario
So,
just
all right.
Sandra, my husband just called me and tell me Mama can go there because she called him and told him if I come there, what she
Tammy,
gonna
I
do me?
never call
What she
Mario
gonna
to
do
tell
me?
things like that. Don't think like Tammy, you know me for years, right? And
Your
you
husband
know,
Mario speaks Spanish, Tammy?
Huh?
Mario speaks Spanish?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe he had misunderstood her, but then that shouldn't be the case.
No, No, he didn't. He speaks Spanish. He's a Spanish, Sandra. And he know what? He told us he warned me not. He called me, warned me not to go.
Tammy, listen
Sandra,
to
he
me.
called me, warned me not to go.
No, you
But
go
then
for
I
your
tell
money.
him, I'm afraid of her. And if she come and the foolishness, I'll thump her down them stairs.
Yeah,
I'm
don't.
afraid of him, man.
All right,
I know,
Tammy, I don't want you to get yourself into trouble. Sara, see.
Sandra, listen to me. I know all this will happen. I know that. I know all this will happen in your page. I know that because she was telling me over and over. And I said to her, just call Mariana and trying to get your money back. If anything, come to me. But I don't know why she do all these things.
All right. So she's gonna get her money today.
Exactly. But I want to talk and lie now and say because she know me and I am honest person. You understand? And I never gonna steal the money or even steal the passport and nothing. And no paper is in my office.
All right, Tammy. All right, the money. Listen. Let's cut the argument now, right? She's going to give you back your money. You go there today. I would suggest just going with someone to keep the peace.
Yes, ma'am.
No words with nobody. Don't have nothing to say to Sada. She's gonna just have you sign a receipt that you received the money. That is it.
That's it.
All right.
Tammy, but not trying to destroy my name.
Okay, Sada. Hey, cálmate. Nada más.
I just want
Mami, escúchame. Okay? Yes, that's fine. Now we just need to get to the resolution. The resolution is she needs her $350. Okay? So just get right. So she's going to come. You're going to be there all day today. What's the best time to come?
If you know okay, the video you're posting right now, she's the new employee. She don't have nothing to do with
Sarah, you're getting yourself all confused now with the situation. The only thing I need you to focus on, okay,
is to pay her. Yeah,
is
I
to
know,
pay her.
Why you posting that video and even the new employee, she don't have nothing to do with this? That's my question.
Someone sent it to make the point that there are people there who are doing immigration work that do not have the relevant experience. That is why that video was played, to say this girl was working in a beauty salon and now she's doing immigration paperwork. What experience does she have?
Sandra, I think that there's lack of knowledge here and little common sense. Because obviously this lady, I don't know her and I can't say anything, right? But she is still not admitting that the company is hers and yes, she's at fault. She is currently still blaming the employee. The employee can only do what an owner tells him to do, right? So the money was taken. Where did the money go? What did the employee put it in their handbag or they put it into the till? Because if it went into the till, it's just easy enough to take it out and give it back to the lady. If the employee took it, it's still the employer responsibility to pay it back. Some accountability is needed, and this woman is not taking accountability. My advice to people is stop opening too many companies. You can't be a contractor if you don't know nothing about construction. You can't be an immigration officer if you have no degree or any background knowledge of immigration or visa and administration background. You cannot be a hairstylist if you don't know how to cut hair and went to school for it. Okay? People is trying to make money the easy way and they're doing anything. You cannot throw a janitorial person that came here with no experience, probably not even knowledge of even doing janitorial, but it was so easy to do, or a makeup artist into an immigration role. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. In DC, I need to step in and put some clause in place because there's too much foolishness going on.
All right, my dear. Sarah?
Yes.
Okay. Listen, let's not overcomplicate our lives here today, okay? This one is very, very simple. The lady's gonna come for her $350. You're going to hand her the $350 in cash. There's going to be no bad feelings. There's going to be no exchange of words. The only thing that's going to be exchanging hands is $350, and you get her to sign a little receipt saying she receives, and have it pre-prepared, and she'll sign it when she gets there, and that's it. You don't call nobody named Mario, Jose, Escobar, nobody. Nunca.
I don't call nobody.
Okay? Just leave it like that, and then that's it. Agreed?
Tammy, she know very, very
All right,
good
but
who I
listen,
am.
Tammy has lost faith in your business because of this foolishness has been going on since January. So you have to understand Tammy's position.
I know, I understand.
Okay, then if you understand her position, then let's not try to complicate it. Let's just resolve it.
I never complicated, Sandra.
Well.
She can come anytime to collect the money. You
All
know?
right, she's coming today. All right, my dear. Thank you, Sada.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Tammy?
Yes, ma'am.
You're good to go. Just remain calm. Remain calm, Mama.
Yes, ma'am.
All
I
right.
just call you to let you know in case anything happens.
Yeah, but you remain in control of the situation, girl. Don't make these people put you up in Fairbanks over this foolishness.
No, ma'am.
All right, honey.
Okay, thank you,
Good.
Sandra.
You're welcome. What a hot mess. Anybody else got a problem today that we need to be solving, honey Jill? Good morning.
You're going to be sick of me, but yes, Tommy. I just want to put this little word out to Tommy. Tommy, I'm begging you because I don't know if you know who I am, but I know who you is. But I just want to tell Sarah this too. And I'm sorry, not no son, but she don't know who she messing with. She better do not put her hand, if she had it in mind, on Tommy, because that's where big problem is coming, because she don't know that family. So I'm begging her. If she knows what's good for her.
Don't worry yourself. Tammy gonna remain cool, and Sada is gonna remain cool as well. Cooler heads will prevail.
Yes, like I tell Tommy, what you tell her, just go, say nothing, sign the paper, walk away and say thank you when she get her money, and do say nothing, because she better know that she not gonna put her hand on Tommy, because I can tell you that not gonna go through. I know that family very well.
All right, my dear.
I know Tommy.
Everything is going to be quite all right. Listen, I got a song.
She not easy.
Miss Shalma, I got a song for you. Listen to this. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hi. You hear that?
What?
You hear that?
What?
Listen carefully. You hear that? That's K-Man.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, but I understand, but you understand where I'm coming from too, like I say. This is with people that my mother taught us. You gotta be wise in what I'm saying. You get first. Understand? I told you that already.
All right, darling.
All of this will work. What can come to $100 is nothing. And in a way, it's something when you have it, and when it's yours, it's yours. But
all right, honey child. Thank you.
To get your money back, whatever, and it's worse than blows. I just telling you. So if they know, I don't know who the girl Spanish person is, but they don't know who they're messing with. She better not put her hand on Tommy. So I warn you now.
All right, my dear. Thank you very much. Hello, caller. That's K-Man. Wagwan.
That is K-Man.
My God.
What used to be K-Man.
Boy, it has certainly changed. That's for sure. What's on your mind today?
Well, since you're such a problem solver, I lost my mind about 3 weeks ago. And I'm trying to find it. So if you see a face, if you see a person that looks like me without a mind, that's me. Call my wife.
Oh, I must call your wife for it to collect it. Oh my God. We can always count on you for a good joke. Appreciate it.
Sunday, in life, we bring so many problems on ourselves when we don't do the right things. When we do the right thing, we feel so much better. I made a promise to myself after having stage 4 throat cancer. thank God that I'm still here. And I made a promise that I will do one good favor for a person that day. And I don't wait until the afternoon, because if the afternoon comes and I can do another favor, I will. You know, there are times in one's life you have to appreciate life itself. People are complicating life by, you know, God is probably saying he made the biggest mistake by creating the human race. The earth is still a beautiful place, but it's the people that makes it bad.
All right.
Anyway, if you see my mind,
I'll let you know.
Call me.
Yes. It's not every day that you see minds walking around, so I'll definitely let you know. Thank you, Mr. Dexter. Have a good weekend.
Okay, bye.
936-2626. What a hot mess. No, sir. This person says, what the hell is going on? Slaying your Spanish there. I actually got one Spanish book from the bookstore over the weekend. I got to start practicing some more. But this is serious. This is a serious situation, this person says, but hilarious. Escobar, you know, he would have to be in the mix. Good morning, caller.
Ask Mr. Dexter which wife you're gonna call. Tell him specify which wife.
Oh, geez, I'm peace. Lord have mercy. What on earth? Today is Honduras Independence Day. Well, that's rich. Yes, sir. Take that. Anybody else? We still got a good, 35 minutes? No, 40 minutes, I think, left in the program. Who else can we help today, honey child? Let me see. There's a man who claims some Jamaican lady owed him money, too. He not calling her one. He must have got cold feet. Yes, sir. What a heat. Boy, you can't really make this stuff up, to be honest. Let me just see what other messages we got coming in. Oh, by the way, there is a family in need. I can't get too deep into the situation because it's a hot mess. But the mother is trying to get some funds together in order to keep a roof over her head. And so if anyone wants to make a donation to that, please reach out in relation to that. We have another family who was asking for help with the payment of an internet bill, saying that the children need internet, but the difficulty there is the internet bill is like almost $600. Y'all need to get your stuff under control. You know, everybody's got to live within their means. So, people always looking for phone cards, not phone cards, food vouchers. Obviously, we help there where we can. Let me just see now. Oh, someone was asking for the Samuel says, ask the lady what number moonbeam he lives at so nobody rents from him. You know, the problem is it's so easy to get renters. That this is exactly what's going on, right? They can hoodwink people because people are so desperate for rental places. Somebody said this morning when I was talking about our MPs not always displaying the best behavior. Maybe they can't talk to the children because some of them are just as bad as them. They said you forgot that Alden boxed Elio in the LA kitchen or what as leader of the opposition. I actually did forget that. Alden got a little temper, boy. He got a little something called temper. Bad temper. What do him? He like to box people down, man. He not met his match yet. He need the right woman deal with him. I show him a box. Alejandro again. Alejandro, you trying to compete with Miss Salma for caller of the day or what?
Let's see. It all about if you can handle what I deals with, you know. It's all about if you can handle what I deals with. Cause if you think you deal with some people, boy, trust me. You know that what they say, the harder to flee, the closer to flee, the harder to bite, or something like this. Whatever it is, them sayings go. I hear a lot of my elders be talking to me, you know, and sometimes it be lies. You know, I have a situation where one of my family members wanted me to do a job for them. I paint boats, right? And my agreement usually is a 50% down payment. Job get complete, then another 50% be done, right? And you know, I collect a little 1/3 because of him and whatnot, right? And when I am done with half of the job, I ask for another 1/3 just to complete one bill that I need to pay. And they don't want to pay because they say that I not complete half of the job. No, you think it's right for me to complete the job if I'm in need of cash and I'm doing the work? And they don't want to pay, and they don't want to pay. You know, like they don't want to give it 1/3. I mean, you usually settle with a half agreement. You could at least meet me halfway. No,
So
couldn't settle with a half agreement.
They paid your deposit, you said?
Yeah, they paid a 1/3 deposit. I usually collect a half. You understand? But then because of trust, you know, that's a family member. I don't want to bring this into base settle or anything like that. I let bygones be bygones.
Well,
right.
What was the agreement that you would receive the balance once the job was done? Because it depends on what the agreement was.
I would assume that the when the job is done, I'll get my 2/3, the other 2/3.
Yes.
Right.
Uh-huh.
But I'm just saying maybe the job had extra work to do that I have to now prolong my job now. So instead of it being the same thing I had to deal with, it's a little extra. I think I sent you a video of this one time. I sent you the video of the situation because it was a boat. And that time I really kind of had wanted to get settled, you know, because I was really frustrated. I had my daughter's school fee I had to pay. And it was a month that I was on the job because of extra work I had to do. But I let it slide. You know, I learned that when you're being a boss, you have to sometimes take a loss. So I just continued on a different job. But in that situation, I kind of did need it.
Well, I tell you what, this is what I told the guy. He was a Caymanian fellow, by the way, sheetrock guy who came and did my sheetrocking for me. And then he was trying to charge me this ridiculous price. So I said to him, I said, sir, I'm being told that this rate that you're charging me to do the sheetrock work is actually extremely exorbitant. You think I have money or what? Like, what's the deal here? And then he admitted to me that he was only charging me that, not based on what the work actually, you know, like pricing the work, but because he needed that money at that time. And I said, okay, so if you need $1 million to pay your bills, you think you can charge me $1 million to do a job? That's not how the world of business works. And he apologized and said, yeah, Miss Sandra, you know, you're right. So it's not always sometimes when you're in business what you need. If you agree to an arrangement with a customer, whether they're family or not, then the agreement is what it is. Now, if it costs you more to do the job than you anticipated, that's not on that person. I mean that you're not pricing your stuff, you know?
Exactly. And the thing is about it, right, Sandy, because when I paint boats, I charge $100 a foot. Every foot of the boat, I charge $100. If it's a 25-foot boat, I charge $2,500. That's just a paint. And when I price this guy, I'm charging him at a rate of about $50 a foot. I'm cutting it in half because he's purchasing materials. But when I ask him for a specific amount, we just made a simple agreement saying that, okay, just for this situation, I could do the amount, because I had to change my price on certain a job that he wanted me to do on the boat extra. And then in the middle of the situation, in the middle of the job, he changed his idea and wanted to paint more. So now I had to sand more. And I didn't charge for that, Mom. I didn't charge for that. That's his idea though, you know. But down in my heart, I said, you know what? Because I charge you extra for the little work that you had did already. Now you want more work, but I need a deposit. No. you know, I need another deposit now. So I'm going to collect more so that I can continue doing my work, because I am satisfied with the price I gave, if you understand what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
and I'm here trying to help people with their expenses while they're screwing other people in their, we know, yeah, you still on live. Yeah, you understand what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine now, if you are a businesswoman and you charges a rate, and you just came up to an agreement where it out of your contract, out of your agreements, your terms, and that person starts screwing you over because they took advantage of your terms or rate when you gave them a blight. See, boy, I don't know how to settle something like that, Sandy. I just don't do the work. I just stop right where I'm right where I'm at. Simple as that. And I don't do nothing. If they want to go and sue, that's great. Do it.
What a mess. All right, my dear.
Yeah.
Okay, 9362626. What a hot mess. I tell you, no, sir. No, Miss Alma, you calling again?
Listen, I said, and I be in a school record, but it was so much shush this morning. I even forget that today is my special niece in Honduras' birthday. I forget about Honduras Independent. I should have been, instead of listening to you, I should have been watching the parade. So I want to say happy birthday to my niece in Guanaja, Ganja, whatever they call it, Jaylene Bushcook. I don't know her age, but she's my brother's oldest daughter, and her birthday is today. She's a Honduras independent baby. So happy birthday to you, baby. She's sick, but anyway, may God bless you and whatever. But I'm not gonna be school record. Like I hear you telling Alejandro. And by the way, Miss Sandra, my name is Selma. My name is Shelma. Shelma.
Okay. All right, honey child. Shelma with an H. We got you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Shelma 5, Alejandro 4. Where's my little bell? Ring, bling, bling, bling. The bell that you play when you're in the ring. What a hot mess. Andrea says these two. You're laughing at. Yeah. Morning to Misha. Austin is in the house. Austin Wood. Marshall says if you're doing a job and give the client a set price and they afterwards want something extra done, then they should pay for the extra. Yes, of course. Cameron says the Ninja Turtles crawling out today, Taras. What a hot mess. We need some more music. Yes, sir. That's K-Man.
K-Man Brack, the cocoa plum covers the ground.
Cocoa plum, boy. Yes, sir.
You don't know at all with hello as you pass. Country and western and dirty reeds.
Country and western, remember them? Remember dirty reeds?
Children sucking on a mango seed.
Oh, that's yeah, sucking on a mango seed. Oh, God, I could go for some turned mangoes right now. Magnum Opus says, I've lost my ability to just be sympathetic to someone's needs. If I don't know the entire story of how they got in their mess, I ain't helping. Well, I tell you what, you're not the only one, honey child. I'll be asking some questions now. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Sandy.
Hello there.
Sandy, I would like to know if you can help me with this question.
Okay.
I have a UK passport and I'm about to travel to Jamaica. Do I need anything to go through and to come to return?
To Jamaica?
Yes. Do I need any stamp in my book?
Okay. So where are you traveling from? Cayman?
The Cayman Island. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
You're going from here to Jamaica.
To Jamaica.
And you're traveling on your UK passport.
Yes, yes.
No,
because when I renewed the Cayman, when I renewed the Cayman passport, they did not send it back to me. They sent me a UK passport.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because if you're renewing a Cayman passport, they're not gonna send you a UK passport.
Yes, I renewed it was my burgundy book. I sent to them and they sent me a black.
No.
Book.
You're confusing yourself now, miss. That's not the UK passport. So the UK, some years ago, they took all of the overseas territories. They took back the ability for us to print and issue our own passports, and they're doing it from there. But that is still the BOTC passport, but it is now black. I know because I have one right in my hand right here now that just came in. So this is a brand new passport from the UK, but this is your BOTC or your Cayman passport. So you can't send them a Cayman passport and they're going to send you a UK passport. They could never do that. So I'm glad you gave us that bit of additional information. So the color doesn't make a difference. Let me tell you how you can identify. It should still say, although it says British passport up at the top, at the bottom, it still should say Cayman Islands. Does it say Cayman Islands at the bottom of the front?
No, it did not. It said United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Highland. That's what they sent me back.
So nowhere in your passport does it say Cayman Islands. It should say British passport and then Cayman Islands.
I am not seeing that.
You might want to send me a picture of the passport on the WhatsApp. Let me have a look at it. So let me see the front and then the page with your picture, because it'll say British Overseas Territories / Cayman Islands. This is a new passport?
It is.
Yes. All right. Send it to me. Let me see.
So so the questions, I don't need any stamp to go through to Jamaica and back here.
If it's a Cayman passport, a BOTC passport, you need a visa. If it is a true British passport, you do not need a visa, but there is a difference between the two.
Okay.
And you sound like you're Jamaican. You don't have your Jamaican passport still valid?
No, Mama, I don't have it valid.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, send me a picture of that. Let me have a look and I can tell you. So thank you.
Problem.
Thank you, ma'am. All right.
You're welcome.
All right. We solving your problems here today, honey, Gia. But yes, there is a difference. There are actually differences between the two passports. If you're on a Cayman passport and you don't have any other passport, you will need to get a visa to be able to travel to Jamaica. And you can get that from the Jamaican consulate. The nice team there will assist you. Pretty straightforward. I think is it $75? Anyway, if you have a UK passport, proper British passport, not a BOTC passport, then you can travel without a visa. And they're all the same color. I think is that dark blue or black? It looks black, but I guess it could be a dark blue, but it kind of looks black to me. I think it's black. But anyway, boy, this passport has some serious, this is a new one from the UK. Boy, they got some serious security on this passport. Geez, peace. They got all kind of, you almost can feel it like Braille. They got the UK there and all kind of stuff in the background and your number on the side and like a see-through thing. And wow, talk about technology with these new UK passports. Very impressive. All right, once you send it to me, I'll be able to tell. Morning to Rena. Andrea, yes, she doesn't have her Jamaican passport. Wouldn't that be a bit humorous though? A Jamaican having to get a visa to go back to Jamaica, but it depends on what passport you're traveling on. So yeah, somebody says, yeah, the new passport is fancy. Marshall says, yes, Sandy, I renewed my passport as well. And it came back saying the same thing. The lady's saying, it doesn't have Cayman on it anymore. Say what? I would have to see it. It doesn't have BOTC on it. It doesn't say overseas territories. It can't say the exact same thing as the UK. I'm trying to remember who did. Oh, that was her British passport. I'd have to look at Gigi's because she's the most recent one to have been renewed, I think last year. I'd have to double check and see what hers looks like. My passport, I have both. I'm trying to remember. I think I still have the colored one though. So I haven't had to renew my British passport to get this new one. So I'll double check hers to see exactly what it looks like. But there is a difference. There would be distinctions between them. And they're not going to give you, there's no way that you send a Cayman passport and they're not going to reissue you an overseas territory passport. They can't give you a British passport. That's a whole completely different process of applying for that. Shaka Zulu says, great info on the passport standard. Sandy, thanks. You're welcome. And remember now the other thing, thanks Rena for the reminder. She says no visa for the British passport. You need an ESTA. The ESTA is only if you're traveling to the United States of America. But remember now, those of you who love to go to Cuba for these little weekend trips, you need to be careful because the US government is now issuing some warning shots that if you do that, they can refuse your ESTA and you're going to have to go about getting a visa or whatever to be able to travel into the US. Karen says if she has an expired Jamaican passport, she can travel with it. You can travel on an expired passport? I don't think so. When you say travel with it, you don't mean travel on it. I'm pretty sure the airline is not even going to accept that passport. Miss Shalma.
I want to explain this to you.
Hold on now. That is 6 for you.
I just got 2 new passports yesterday. Listen, I just got 2 new Cayman passports yesterday, so I could help you with that. That's why I called back. Listen, I just
six for Miss Shalma and 4 for Alejandro. You're in the lead, girl.
And listen to me. I just want to say this before I tell you why I call. Because this is the next thing. Remember the other day when somebody calling about you should limit the calls. But I had in mind, as I want to tell you, that I know what they were coming up with next, because I could be my reader, but I wasn't going to tell you about it till when they come up with it. And me and Dana were talking about it down by Corks the other day. I was telling him, and he was thinking about the same thing, but then another thing I said, they're going to soon come out and say 2 calls or 1 call per day for the same caller. I know they got soon tell you that, and then they say, and you know what respond I will come up with? He say, when they say that, I let the cat out the bag, and I say, yeah. And he say, the amount of texting that I say, yeah, I see that too, because some people be back-to-back texting, although I do text, I see my little banger, this is why I don't use no smartphone, but leave that alone. Listen, yes, I got my daughter brand new Cayman passport because her passport was expired 5 years. She just come back in June, we applied, and they come back yesterday, and my husband. Mine's are kind of burgundy, and it say on the front, it say British passport, but then below it says Cayman Island, and it has like a little symbol. Theirs are now, like you say, this is dark blue, but it look black. And this one say British, it got the same unicorns and whatever, and this thing on the front, but it say British passport top, but below say Cayman Island. And then in these ones I was saying, they got more technology, like you said on this, because they got my daughter picture in one front piece, then is one little thing look like a little see-through something below. Then in the back part, they got her picture again, and then her picture again. So these passports got in 3 pictures where mine go got in 2, because mine expire in 2030, and theirs expire in 2033. So yes, it should say, they should say British passport, or it say British passport up top on the outside of the passport on the hard cover, but it says Cayman Island on the bottom. And I just picked theirs up yesterday, and I picked up mine yesterday because I got a waiver car going away next month, the 1st. And I just got these yesterday from Passport Office. They're brand new. They actually took 2.5 months because they said they were going to take like 10 weeks, and we put it in June 21st, and I get it back yesterday.
Okay, thank you very much. All right.
All right.
Bye. So just a point of clarification for that caller. We've gotten somebody says CMR, Immigration Services, has a ring to it. Lord have mercy. There is, and I'm going to double check this with the Jamaican consulate here in just a second. They said as long as she is a born Jamaican, she can actually travel on an expired Jamaican passport. Now, I didn't think anybody would allow you to travel on an expired Jamaican passport, but there you go. As long as you're a born Jamaican, you can travel on an expired Jamaican passport. Does that mean they're going to allow her to come back to Cayman on an expired Jamaican passport as well? So here's somebody sent this very useful picture. Now, this is interesting because they're saying that this is the difference, but the one on the right that says British passport, Cayman Islands, that one has now changed colors. So the other one now is the regular British passport, United Kingdom, United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Alejandro, I was only joking. You don't need to try to outdo Miss Shalma today. Hello.
Well, if that the case, I mean, I can start calling then.
But yes. Yes.
Look here.
You have something earth-shattering to tell us?
And a competition in her. Sorry.
What?
You see, another little complaint. I was telling you something the other day, but I never got the chance to explain it, right?
You know what I'm going to tell you now? If it's not on point with today's topic and you never said it from last week, hold it till next.
We were talking about customer service, right?
Not really. Hold it till next week, Alejandro. Don't say everything one go. Because now people not listening to you, they're tuning out. So if you want people to actually hear you, take some advice from Auntie Sandy now. Hold it till next week. Okay?
Yeah, well, it had something to do with racial profiling, but anyways.
Anyway, you can pick up on that next week. You pick up on that next week. All right, folks. Sometimes you're not gonna say everything one time. That's how y'all be boring these men and women to death. You're telling me whole life story in 5 minutes, and all of a sudden they be like, okay, you're not got nothing else to say. Save some of it, my good people. Save some of it. You really don't have to call in 6-7 times for the day. It's not reasonable. All right. So apparently you can travel on expired. Do the Americans do that as well? Do they allow you to travel on your expired passport? Ali D, use it as a learning experience so you will know how to approach a similar situation in the future and circumvent any issues or miscommunication before they actually occur. Who are you talking to? Who's Ali D? Morning to Miss Dawn. Miss Morna wants to know what's the prize for the most calls for the day. OMG. Lord, I do feel like I should give Miss Shalma something. Lord Jesus. But then I got to be encouraging y'all to be doing that every day. And we really don't want you to be calling 1 million times a day if you can help it. It really makes no sense. So hers says British passport, United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Oh, well, this is a, oh, no. Nationality, British Overseas Territories. Okay. Somebody says, morning, Sandra. Sarah got her hand on a lot of pies. Nothing wrong with that as long as it's honest. She was advertising. How do I say this? It's not really profanity, but let me try to be, because, Off-Reg will be calling me later. Oh, you can't see the D word. Adult toys for females. You figure out what the D word is. She was advertising them a while ago. Not sure if that's legal around here. In relation to that, I'm told, because, this country, everybody wants to not have any sex toys and whatever, because y'all claim you Christians. I am told that if you bring it in for personal use, customs might not have an issue with that. So if you bring one singular big D for your own self-pleasure, they might not have an issue with that. But if you're bringing it in to sell it, I think that still is against the law. So I don't know. Never needed to use one in my life, so I can't really speak to it. Shaka Zulu says, Sandy, does Cayman offer expedited services for passport renewals? And is there a difference in renewal times between the British passport and the Cayman passport? There is, I think for the, I don't know if there's much of an, there'd have to be some kind of an emergency. Hello? But all right. Lord have mercy. I mean, I know what to say about y'all. No, sir. Woo. Garrett says that all British passports changed from the magenta to dark blue since Brexit. Yeah, the color definitely changed, but I need to look at that inside page. What a heat. Yeah. That looks like the UK one, though. Are you sure you sent a Cayman passport? I'd like to see what you actually sent them, because that looks a little bit... what a hot mess. All right. Leroy says, Sandy, what Miss Shelma's going to win? El Rey says, expired Jamaican passport, only valid for travel to Jamaica. So can she come back on that same expired passport? How's that going to work? Or she would have to take both passports and travel back on the other one. Oh, yes. Yeah. So coming back, she couldn't use that one because obviously she's come back to Cayman. Yes. Okay. Hot mess. 1018, folks. She would have to come back on her Cayman or British passport. Yes. Ms. Brenda says, give them both something. I'm really not trying to encourage the behavior. Shaka Zulu says, yes, Sandy, if she's a citizen of a country, many countries will let you travel back to your country of citizenship on an expired passport. Hot mess. Gabby says, lies. I've seen people bring in boatloads and I'm a customs broker. Oh, and customs not saying anything about it anymore? Has customs given up the ghost? I mean, are they done trying to dictate what you're doing in your bedroom and what books you're reading? Ooh, let me see. Yeah, maybe it's time to just give up that ghost. What a hot mess. Somebody says, yes, reflections on the waterfront full of sex toys. Oh, well, maybe they've revised the law and I didn't know. Like I said, I don't really need any. But I might have to go check out the selection now and see what's going on. Might be something. I heard somebody else say the same thing, that they got a British passport instead of a Cayman passport. This is quite a quandary. Really? You know, the man to answer this question would be Franz Manderson. I wonder if he's on vacation or he's around. Let's call Franz Manderson. Get some clarification on this morning. No, Johan, I'm trying to go to court. I actually need to go look at a few cases today. Cameron says, I don't know about anybody else, but this is the most fun I've had in the Cold Hard Truth for quite some time. What a mess. Ms. Jerry Lee says, I think you can travel to any country where you're from in an expired passport, but not exit with an expired passport. You will need to renew before leaving or have another passport ready. Anthony, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, morning, France. How are you? Deputy Governor.
Fantastic today.
Yes, I know.
How are you?
Friday. It's Friday. We're good. You're live on radio, and we have a quick question for you about passports. So a lady just called in. She's a Jamaican national, but she had a Cayman passport. She said that the last time when she sent in her Cayman passport recently to get it renewed, they sent her a British passport. And I thought, how would they be sending you a British passport in exchange for your Cayman passport? Now, she sent me a copy of it, and sure enough, she has the passport that says British passport, United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And then on the inside, it says British passport, and it has no mention of the Cayman Islands anywhere. Are they giving you a British passport for your BOTC passport?
No. That would sound like a error.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't say, Cayman Islands anywhere.
Nope. I'm gonna forward you the picture so you can see it, just to be sure.
Sure.
Because that's what I said to her as well. That's weird.
That's very weird. I've never heard about something like that happening before.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, there are two different applications. One is a BOTC, one is a British. A matter of fact, one would normally have to be registered as a British citizen before they can get a British citizen. A British citizenship passport if you were not born in the Cayman Islands. So I think she would need to return that to the passport office so that we could investigate.
Unless she made a mistake and thought she sent the Cayman passport, because they do look, you have to be careful when you're looking at them, because they kind of look similar.
Right. I mean, they're issuing black British passports now, so
yeah,
they're all going to be the same.
But they would never mix up a passport and send you a UK one for Cayman one and vice versa.
in all of my time being in this office, I've never seen that happen. So, that's very, very unusual. So we would definitely want to look into that, please, and see what happened, and alert the UK authorities.
Yeah, because I think that they probably even have a separate section for the BOTCs in terms of doing all the passport applications and stuff. So there shouldn't be any.
Right, no, the application process is
completely different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I'll take a look at the document.
Yes, I'll send it to you.
Brilliant.
And I'll ask her to send what she sent them as well, like the old one. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much.
And then I'll ask the folks at the passport office to look at it.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Bye-bye. Sure. Yeah. So like I said, it shouldn't be happening. I don't know. Weird. Oh yes. Another caller in this line. Y'all make sure you call the right number now. Good morning, caller. Hi. You got to call the show number 936. Hold on. 939. Wait. No. Sir, 936-2626. You call in the personal number. Yeah, 936-2626. All right. Yeah. Show number 936-26. Your hand says, how did Auntie Sandy get the DG any and all the time, but nobody else? Try and hush. That man answered his phone. You leave France alone. He answers his phone, sir, and I'm not the only one who can reach him. He is actually very, very resourceful, and the man is extremely knowledgeable, and I'm going to give him props here this morning. On a serious note, yeah, boy, he knows a lot, especially about passport and immigration. Remember, he used to be head of immigration. Good morning, caller. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Sandra. And I'm sorry that I called back.
Oh, you trying to run competition too?
Oh, no. It's funny that you would say that to me because I had that conversation with my little one last night, but that's a whole different story.
Oh, gosh.
Nana was never in any competition. She didn't need to be.
Aye, you tell him. Oh, you know what? I have a I'm gonna play a video in your honor this morning. Go ahead while I get it, because that's now that you just said that to me, I got something for you. Go ahead.
For me.
Yes, you're gonna love it when you hear it.
That would be a first.
Yes.
I just wanted to say that maybe where the confusion is with the passport thing is, when you're applying for the British passport, if it's the first time application or a renewal, you have to submit your Cayman Islands passport. And the person, if you're doing it yourself or whomever's doing it for you, they have to photocopy the entire Cayman passport.
Right.
And that is submitted with the application, whether for renewal or first time for the British passport. So maybe that's where the confusion came in, because I just did my renewal for my British passport, Great Britain passport, and I had to send photocopies of the entire Cayman passport along with the expired British passport. So, and as you might know, the process for applying for both is different, because the BOTC passport, our Cayman passport, while it's issued in the United Kingdom, you still go through our passport office, but you cannot go through our passport office for the United Kingdom, Great Britain, whatever passport. So, and the new UK passport is a very, very dark navy blue. So,
okay,
it's different. Yeah.
All right.
I haven't
Very
renewed
good.
I haven't renewed my Cayman passport yet because it's not up for renewal,
Mhm.
and I cannot say for sure whether they've changed that color or not. But I have a feeling it is still the burgundy color. But I'll stand to be corrected there. So
All
maybe
right.
that's where the confusion is.
Something, yeah.
About sending the Cayman passport and getting back a Great Britain passport.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye.
All right. Miss Brenda says she's not running no competition with y'all. Make sure you know. So that reminded me of this video I saw that I actually had saved, and this is the appropriate time to play this one. Listen up, folks.
You're a paper airplane and I'm a 747. Don't you ever think you're anything like me just because you can fly a little.
Take that. Woo,
Honey,
one more time.
You're a paper airplane and I'm a 747.
Oh, hold on. Back it all the way up.
You're a paper airplane and I'm a 747. Don't you ever think you're anything like me just because you can fly a little.
Hot mess. Take that. You're a paper airplane. I'm a 747. Get it straight, honey chill. All right, folks. Couple minutes left in the program. Anybody else? Miss Darlene says, I hear there'll be no Miss Jamaica World pageant this year. Shanique Singh, Miss World, will be representing Jamaica for Miss World Universe because Shanique is related to the new Miss World, Tony Ann Singh, because they have the same last name. Maybe Tony Ann Singh is oh, Lord have mercy. We can't take no more to beauty foolishness, to be honest. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Hi.
I'm a little bit worried right now.
You are?
Yeah, because I applied for my I thought it was my Cayman Islands passport. I did it myself. I sent my Cayman Islands
Just
passport.
one quick second for me. So our radio listeners, we're going to bid you guys adieu and wish you a very, very happy and wonderful weekend. Everybody else on social will continue on for a few more minutes. And yes, caller, go ahead.
Okay, I applied myself for what I thought I was renewing my Cayman Islands passport. So I sent them my Cayman Islands passport, and I got back a UK passport saying Great Britain and Northern Ireland on it, not Cayman Islands on the bottom. It looks black or navy blue.
They're black.
So I only sent them my Cayman Islands passport. So did I not get the right passport?
And you were renewing the Cayman Islands passport?
I was trying to renew my Cayman Islands passport, yeah.
Because there's two completely separate ways of doing it in terms of online and how it's done. So I wonder if there's some confusion where people are thinking they're renewing the Cayman passport, but they're actually renewing the UK one. Do you still have your Cayman passport?
I do. I do. I got my Cayman Islands passport back. And I also have this new British passport that says I'm a British citizen. It does not say anything about me being a British overseas territory citizen anymore. It says I'm a British citizen now.
Well, this is strange. When did you actually renew the passport? How recent was that?
I did this during COVID, so I think it was in 2020.
Huh. And you still have your UK passport, which is still valid. The other one that you weren't renewing.
No, I don't have a UK passport. I've always had a Cayman Islands.
Oh, you don't have a UK passport at all?
Not at all. I think I have one now.
Well, this is interesting. Would you mind sending us a copy of yours as well? I'm only going to share it with France Manderson because this is a little bit confusing now. So maybe we need some clarification on what this passport is. So you've only had a BOTC Cayman passport. You went to renew that, and somehow you've gotten what you think is a British passport.
That's right.
Wow. Okay.
I'm a little worried now too.
All right, caller.
Okay, I'll send you the picture. What number should I send it to?
324-1612.
Okay.
Okay, honey. Thank you. Yeah, something's amiss here. This is a mystery for Nancy Drew. Is that what's her name? Nancy. What was the little girl name in the books? Little Nancy. Hello, caller.
Hello, good morning, Sandra. This is Marshall.
Hey, Marshall, what's going on?
Yeah, but the issue with the British passport, I never had a UK passport as well. When I went sending to renew my Cayman passport, I got back the same thing these people are calling about. You know, a dark blue passport, but then my Cayman passport was returned to me as well, but it also had the end clip, the end of it. But then I got back this old British overseas in Northern Ireland passport, and it was in my like I said, my Cayman passport that was renewing. So I guess I got a British passport now. Hey.
This is very, very bizarre. All right, we need to get to the bottom of this one.
But I'm not giving it
You say now that I have it, you ain't getting it back, can you chill?
It's mine now.
Right? Okay. I'm gonna inquire with France though, because if something has changed.
On the inside it says, British overseas territory, but then it don't have Cayman on it.
So maybe that's still what it is. But this is weird because, like I said, my husband just got his BOTC passport and it has Cayman Islands on the front.
Mine doesn't have anything. It's not that state in Cayman.
Like, this is a brand new passport. Like, he literally just got it issued. When was this? August. And this has Cayman all over it. It says Cayman on the front. Inside, it says British passport, Cayman Islands. On the next page, it says British Overseas Territory / Cayman Islands passport. So it's very, very clear that this is a BOTC passport and not a UK passport. So this one has me a little, I got to be honest, I'm a little bit confused now.
Yeah, because like I said, I sent my original Burgundy Cayman passport to renew, and then like I said, I got both of them back, and and this is what I got back. And I send you a copy of it on WhatsApp.
Yeah, and somebody else clarifies and says that the BOTC passports are renewed in Cayman via the passport office here, and Cayman passports are renewed there. The website is for the UK passport only, so anyone renewing on the website is actually getting a British passport. So you did it where on the website, then you applied for a British passport. Yeah. So you weren't renewing your Cayman passport.
But I mean, I was just renewing my Cayman passport. I sent my Cayman passport as well.
No, that's where the mistake. That's where the mistake is being made. You are actually. But it's strange that they would renew a passport that hasn't expired.
My passport was expired.
Which one? Your British one?
My Burgundy. I didn't have a British passport. I had
he never had a British passport.
No, I didn't. I renewed, like I said, I was renewing my Cayman passport, my Burgundy Cayman passport. That was expired, and I filled out the form and I put expired on the form, and I sent my passport along with all the documents, and this is what I got back.
I wonder if somehow they're making a mistake on their end, thinking that you were actually renewing
on the form I stated clearly, and then I also sent the expired Cayman passport. So I mean, like I said, I didn't have a British passport.
This is so strange.
It sure is. But like I said,
and so let me show you. Somebody else sent the passports as well, and this is what this new passport looks like. They're saying that this is the new, the one on the right is the new BOTC or Cayman passport. And it clearly says Cayman Islands on it. So the old one is on the left, the new one is on the right. And that's exactly what it looks like. And that's what Marlon's, the front of his BOTC looks like as well. So something strange going on around the place.
I don't know.
I feel like we need to break out in another song called Who You Gonna Call? Ghostbusters.
Not go. We ain't calling Ghostbusters. not for this one.
So this one says, I just
wanted to say, but I'm saying, I don't know what's going on. But
yeah, this is so strange. And somebody else is sending their copy as well, and they're saying that definitely it says British on it. So this is one for the. I'm definitely going to try to get to the bottom of this because it is indeed.
I'm saying this, on the inside it says British overseas citizen, but then they do say from which island because it doesn't have Cayman on it. Yeah.
Bizarre.
Look into it.
Yes. All right. That's my homework for this weekend. Assignment understood. Thank you so much. All right, my dear. So here's another example that somebody else sent to us. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There's another one. And these are the two new ones side by side. So see here, British passport is the Cayman Islands one is on that side. And then the British passport is on the right-hand side. But this woman, the one that she has is what's on the right. So they gave her a British passport, but she said she was renewing her Cayman passport. Huh. What a hot mess. All right. You guys want to see, so we'll do some background checks into this situation to try to figure out what's going on. Something seems a bit amiss, but we'll get to the bottom of it. Don't worry. But you guys want to see what Mariana looks like? Remember now, Mariana is the one who is was working at Sari, and that Sari said was making all these mistakes and have people's passports and stuff now missing. By the way, do you have a phone number for Mariana? Hold on one second. Good morning, caller. Hello? Okay, not sure what happened there. Maybe we should call Mariana. Oh, we're off the radio now, so we can be as naughty as we want to be. All right, here's what Mariana looks like. Oh, we have a phone. We might have a phone number for Mariana. Here's what she looks like. This is Mariana Cortez. Scamming people. Let's call. Hold on now, honey child. We're gonna call somebody. Yes, sir. We're gonna call where she works. Apparently, like the last caller said, she's a beautician. Why they hire? Well, we don't know if she's a beautician, but she works at a salon. So why y'all hiring people that work salons to do immigration? Hello? 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 Okay, hold on now. Let me try that again. Recent calls.
Sorry, but the person you have called is unavailable. Please leave a message after the tone.
No answer. Are you trying to get on air? Hi, you trying to call on air?
I'm
Good.
sorry, but the person you
936-2626. Yeah, 936-2626. Oh, I'm still on air. I'm still on air. Do you understand what I just said? I'm still on air. The show is still on. So, no, but you're saying that you don't want to be on air, but I'm telling you I'm still on air. Oh, you don't mind being on air? Okay, well, I was giving you the show number to call. So, okay, what video are you referring to?
The video that they posted about the advertisement doing immigration services. That's sorry. I am not any hairstylist or any cleaner. Somebody's trying to mix me up.
Okay, so your experience is what exactly?
Sorry?
What's your experience then? You have immigration experience? That's why you're doing immigration paperwork?
Yes, ma'am. I don't know why they're mixing up me in cleaners and hairstylists. I don't know what they're talking about. So that's why I'm calling, because they have my picture, whatever. I have nothing to do with whatever.
Okay.
Whatever happens.
So what work did you do before? Because no one is mixing you up in anything. All they're saying is that you don't have immigration experience. So how are you doing immigration work?
I'm not anything like that.
What was your job before? Why are you calling me and then can't take the questions? It's very simple. We're asking you, what was your job before? You're saying, oh, they're mixing you up and whatever. I said, okay, well, where did you work before? What's your experience? You claim you have immigration experience. So let's see, because work permit wise, that's very easy to see what your work permit was before. Since you claim you have experience in that area, what did you do before? Y'all think you're fooling people or what? Don't call this show if you're not ready to tell the truth.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. I was just trying to understand. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, this is Sandra. I'm just trying to understand what you were saying, right? So you're saying...
Sorry, Mom. I couldn't hear you well.
Yeah, that's why I'm calling you direct now. So you're saying that you didn't work as in a salon or hairstylist or whatever. So I was asking you, what experience do you have? What is your previous job experience?
Okay, so I used to do a call center experience in my I used to do call center in Nicaragua. So I don't know what.
So in Cayman, you came here on a work permit to do immigration work, or what did you come in this country as?
I used to work for I used to be working for the restaurant.
Okay.
As a cashier.
Right. So that is what that's all this person was saying who sent it in, right? Maybe she didn't know what you did in Nicaragua. But the point is, you came here to work as a cashier, right? So you must have told them you had cashier experience and blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden you go from cashier to handling people's documents and doing immigration paperwork. How much do you know about the immigration laws and so on of the Cayman Islands to even be qualified to do immigration paperwork? That's the point the person was trying to make.
Okay, no, I was just calling because they said I'm a cleaner and a makeup artist.
No, what they said, let's make sure we're all on the same page now. Okay. What they said is they said that there are people who are coming here who formerly worked as, beauticians, bartenders, and all this kind of stuff, and who don't have the relevant experience. And then we showed your video. Now, they didn't specifically say, they said these girls, generally speaking, doing immigration services were cleaners and makeup artists, and some can barely speak English, and they wonder, what permit they came in here on. For example, this Mariana chick that we're talking about, right? Mariana Cortez, okay. What is her previous experience? She's working at a beauty salon. What did she know about handling people's documents and so forth? So that's the point that people are trying to make.
I understand now.
All right. Okay. So let's make sure we're on the same page, honey Jill.
Okay.
Okay, there. You too. Bye-bye. Bye. Don't start nothing and there won't be nothing to start and finish. What a hot mess. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Miss Sandra.
Hello
You're
there.
Live?
Yes, still live.
Office here. Where you put it? I want to talk to you off the air.
Sorry?
I want to talk to you off the air.
Oh, well, I'm still on the air.
Miss Sandy?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm saying I want to talk to you off the air.
Yes, well, I'm not off the air now.
When I'm not. I am.
Yes.
I'm the lady who called about the passport first. What do happen like those people I'm here talking about their passports? Mm-hmm. Yes, I do send my Burgundy passport. I did not have a UK passport before. I did have just the Cayman passport. And Sandy, they did not send back my passport to me, my old passport. Mm. And I renewed it in COVID time in 2020. They did not send it back, and I got this one. And this one is what I'm traveling up and down, coming to from the States to Cayman, because I travel often and I never have a problem. I come to immigration with it out there.
Okay, all right.
But this is what they sent me back. I did not have
that's helpful. Now, you went online to fill out the application for this, or who did it for you?
I did online to full.
Okay.
To the show
So
on the
you
other stand. Let me
yeah,
walk away from
turn
it.
that off. Turn that
I
off
go
for me.
online and did it. I go online and did it.
Uh-huh.
I walked away from it. From it.
Okay, all right. That's helpful. I'm gonna be in touch because
myself,
we just need to understand.
My daughter and myself did it.
Yeah. Okay. We'll be in touch. Not to worry. Yes. All right.
As the other lady said, she's a bit worried. Yes, I'm a bit worried now because I make all my plans to go to Jamaica. So
we're gonna figure. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I'm just calling. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
Hello?
is right to an ex-employee to treat an ex-worker bad. It's not right to somebody to treat you bad like a dog. And then it's two sides to a story. The HR manager, Miss Carrie and Johnson, they don't come and said, what is the matter? She give me a warning. Just give me a warning.
Miss, you know we're still live, right?
And that's why I say I want to talk to you off the air.
Yeah, but I told you I can't talk to you off the air if I'm actually still live. You have to wait till I actually get off the air to be able to.
I don't know when you have to tell me. Tell me.
I will call you when I'm off the air.
And tell me.
All right.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to one can fix them. Okay.
All right. What she say? Only me one can fix them. What a hot mess. Caller.
Only you one can fix them. Only you one can fix them.
What a responsibility. Jeez, I'm peace.
I know someone right now.
Listen to me.
Stop.
I am earning my vacation. I'm earning my vacation next month. I hope you know.
Me too, you know. Where you going?
I not tell nobody where. I not tell nobody where I going. Y'all might be trying to find me. Go on, caller.
Look at me. You're going to see like I know, right? Listen, there's someone stuck in Germany right now because of this issue. They took the passport. They were traveling on the passport. They went to the U.S. on the passport. And if I'm not mistaken, they went to Panama on the passport and it was not alerted and it was in red flag until they entered Germany and it was red flag. So now it's blocked. So I advise all these people that have gotten this passport, if they're not a registered citizen of the UK, if they never had the passport, go to the passport office and stop traveling on the passport. They would get in the same predicament.
Oh my God. Wow.
You have to have a Cayman passport or be a citizen of a British territory to carry that UK passport. So some error problem happened in the system and they got these UK passport. But before you can get that UK passport, you have to have a British overseas territory passport and become a registered citizen. You cannot get that passport without paying those £1,300. You have to register. So there's an error, and believe me, whoever's traveling on it, it may not be alerted now, but it will happen. And they're going to stay stuck in the country they're in. It can be their home country or just a normal tourist visit to some other national or man country.
Wow.
So it will happen eventually.
Okay. We'll get to the bottom of it. Thank you so much, caller. El Ray says we need a course on off the air and on the air. Lord have mercy. Andrea says, I hope you leave your phone when you go on vacation, right? I need to try and get a SIM card. What are these SIM cards called? The eSIMs. I need an eSIM for where I'm traveling to. What a heat. Lord have mercy. All right, folks. Listen, I gotta go. I actually got stuff to do today, believe it or not. One more phone call. Hold on. One more phone call. Let's see if we can get behind this Mariana woman and see what is the sauce. Mariana Yoslin Guerrero Cortez. We got you now, girlfriend. Got the full name. No answer. All right. Next week. All right. Next week, Friday, we'll do another consumer segment, folks. Get your issues ready. Remember now, how this works is you have to be willing to stand up for yourself. You got to come on the show. Said this man owes me my $1,300. We'll call him and we'll do our best to help you. But we can't do any of those things if you don't step up to the plate. You got to be the voice for yourself. We'll back you up, though. We got you, honey child. We come up with guns blazing right behind you. Thank you, Shaka Zulu, for tuning in. Miss Brenda, thank you. We're going to get some answers in terms of this. Gabby, thank you. We have Miss Sue says, yes, Jamal had to do so much proof from us all too. I'm not quite sure I understand that one, Miss Sue, but send us some details. I've used the online system and had no problem. So the online system, folks, is only if you are doing a UK passport. Okay, no answer from the folks who are calling about Mariana. Oh, we have a number for Mariana. All right, one more time. Let's try our luck today and see. Let's see if Friday, we're going to have any Friday luck on this one. All right, let me check it and see now. Mm-hmm.
You have reached the voicemail box.
Nope, went straight to voicemail. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, next week, God's willing, is another week. We'll get her. Don't worry, she's not going to be able to hide from us for long. Mm-hmm. See her there? Mariana, we have your digits now, honey Jill. Mariana, Jocelyn, Guerrero, Cortez. Find people's passports and please return them. We need to know what you were doing with these passports. What a hot mess. All right. You guys have a fantastic weekend. Be safe. Please, no drinking and driving. Take your time on these roads, folks. Driving in the Cayman Islands should not be that difficult. Don't park in handicapped spots. You won't be jackass of the day. Okay? Give yourself some extra space between vehicles. I'm just giving y'all some good advice now. Okay? Learn how to use your turn signals. No drinking and driving. Come off the phones. Pay attention to the roadways. Check your mirrors. Just be a good driver, y'all. It should not be that difficult. All right, Miss Darlene McKenzie. Goodbye. Have a good weekend. Irvelyn. Gabriella's has wondered about identity theft. We have some questions too about all that. Miss Brenda, have a beautiful weekend, and we'll see you guys, God's willing, on Monday morning.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels. And visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.